Nets vlog.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N-B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. The top podcast. Oh, yeah, go. Wake up. Hey, wake up, you heard? B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. 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 Block party, clacks and double digits. Got the ball plays clicking, the whole block is with it. Left a lot on the table, now we coming to get it. The shook one's gone, we too Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. 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 B-R-O-O-K. We well. Okay, we well. Okay, we well.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting the score next. My J is all net, me and Jay just all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. Here we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Miss you, watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to play like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that whole Millie rock like a fan do. And that's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Nets fans is the best fans. Got Akeem Benny Nets versus everyone. He a member of the page. Shout to him. Got the tip off of a Brooklyn Nets podcast. My man Iceman in the building. Was good. I'm gonna just throw the link in the chat right now. I mean, I ain't pull up for anything particular. I'm just doing the precap, which I think we're gonna lose. But I gotta find a way to be optimistic, me being the Nets fan that I am. I wouldn't be Big Fan Breezy to find some kind of way that we could win. A prayer. Nah, but for real though, shout to all the Nets fans, shout to the We the Best fans, shout to everybody that helped me get to 800 subscribers. So yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yesterday was a great stream. I shout to Dennis Milton. Always, I love that energy, man. He said 27, 28. We rolling with that. We rolling with that right there. I'm not finna hold you guys up. I just wanted to say I'm convinced that I want Dylan Harper to be our point guard, especially after seeing what a backcourt can do. Somebody next to Cam Thomas in that backcourt makes us a very competitive team. We got to start with the point guard. As much as I like Ace Bailey, he won't have the ball in his hands a lot, as much as a point guard would. And I think for them to be able, somebody like Dylan Harper, you can't double Dylan Harper. You can't. I mean, you can't double Cam Thomas with Dylan Harper as his teammate. You can't. And if you do, it's going to cost you. I really need to see Dylan Harper on his team, man. Seriously, shout out to Ace Bailey. I think he's going to be an incredible player, but for the Brooklyn Nets fit-wise, yeah, I might say that Dylan Harper looking a little more clutch than Ace Bailey, and he come from basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's somebody that heard stories with his pops and how he played with Jordan. He know how to win. He's been in situations for him to win the game, and he's hit game winners. That's what we need for the Brooklyn Nets, man. Actually, he's exactly what we need for the Brooklyn Nets. I am 100% sure that I don't think I'm gonna deviate. I think that I think I'm gonna stay with Dylan Harper being my choice for the Nets to excuse me for him to get drafted by in this next draft. We got Iceman on the panel with us. Talk to us, Iceman. How you feel about what I said and Dylan Harper being my choice? You think it's premature, too early? How you feel about Dylan Harper?
He a good choice. That's not my choice, but he a good choice. You know what I mean? I'm sticking with
Okay.
my guy Ace. You know what I
All
mean?
right.
But
So
he
why you got Ace over Dylan? Let's do that. Let's do that.
why? Because the same reason you said, like Ace doesn't need the ball in his hands a lot to score, and he's a tall wing, right? That could basically do what Cam Thomas could do. So it's difficult double teaming him too, because he just shoot over the double team, or he pass out of the double team just standing, you know what I'm saying, straight up, make a jump pass. It's difficult, you know what I mean? But either way, it works. I just like Ace at 6'10", bro. He does everything like you see, like the Paul George shots, the KD shots. He's just different, and he's quick. He's quicker than most people think, and the reason he's getting the knock right now because he's not really getting that hill. He's settling for the jumper, but he walks
Okay.
you to his spots and he shoots over you, bro, with no problems. And he does it at a high efficiency. It's higher than
Okay.
Dylan's off the dribble.
Okay. Off the dribble. All right. I don't know about that. When I've been looking at the stats as a recent from the beginning of the season, it looked like Rutgers go to Dylan Harper late in the game. It looked like they go to him late in the game more than they do a Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey is everything you said. I ain't taking nothing away from him. I just think that Dylan Harper, with him having a ball in his hands and seeing what Schroeder brought to the offense, like, yeah, we got good wings with Zaire Williams and Jalen Wilson and Trendon Warford. You know what I'm saying? These guys are all good. I just think that the net success came more from the point guard. We drafted Kenny Anderson. You know, we got Marbury in the trade. We got Kidd in the trade. There's a lot of success for this from this franchise picking a point guard, and I don't see them going to I don't see them deviating from that formula. I think it's a winning formula. And part of the reason why I'm picking Dylan over Ace is that because of that, because of the winning formula I think the Nets have, and that's to, start with the point guard, especially with Jordy Fernandez going to need an extension of, you know what I'm saying, a extension of the coach, somebody that could be a floor general. I think we get more of that for the Brooklyn Nets picking a Dylan Harper over Ace Bailey. And I think that's the advantage that Dylan Harper has over Ace Bailey is being the floor general because he's the point guard. Because he's the point guard, so it's just simple math. But at the end of the day, is vital is relevant to say. Um, but I don't know, man. Maybe I could convince Iceman, but it looked like it's a stalemate right now, man.
No, you ain't gotta convince me, bro. I take it. I take either one, but I think Dylan Harper is a score first point guard. He's not a pass first point guard. He's a score first. You know what I mean? And for me, I more take a pass first point guard than a score first. And that's why too I would choose Ace over him. But he's a good choice. You can't go wrong with either one, bro. It's impossible to go wrong. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Whatever you like, you take it when you get. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with either one.
okay, okay. I don't have the stats in front of me, but what I will say is, with part of the show, I wanted to talking about Kenny Anderson. I mean Kenny Atkinson and Jordy Fernandez. It's just that trajectory. You heard this JTV, he brung it up a bunch of times about how are we going to give Jordy 4 years to see if he could get to what Kenny Atkinson did. And in my opinion, and in 4 seasons, I think we're going to be a better team than we was in that year, that first year that Kenny Atkinson got here. I don't have the graphics. I don't have the laptop. Of course, I would have pulled it up for you guys so y'all can see exactly what I'm saying. But that's how I feel. And I'll do another stream where y'all see that I'll pull up Kenny Atkinson's first year with the Brooklyn Nets and see how he did, see how he fared. I think that Jordy Fernandez is going to excel past that. I think the assistant coach experience that Jordy Fernandez has him looking good as much as he is. I think don't sleep on Jordy. He might get coach of the month one of these before the season over. You know what I'm saying? At least 1 month. But it's hard. Let me dial that back. We got a bad team. He might not get it. We might do a lot of losing before we do a lot of winning. Um, Losing, trading Schroeder definitely going to change the pace, tempo of the game. We're going to drop in points. A lot of things are going to happen, but ultimately, Jordy Fernandez is the bright spot out of all of this. You know what I'm saying? Because now fans can understand that a core, when you're talking about building a core of a team, it don't just have the players in mind. This coaching staff has been excellent. Shout to all of those guys. To Ice, talk to us, man. Do you feel like um the Jordy Fernandez going to have a better first year with the Brooklyn Nets than Kenny Atkinson had with the Brooklyn Nets when he was the coach for the first year?
Um, I don't remember what their record was that first year for Kenny, but I'm gonna just say, Jordy got a difficult task ahead of him with players leaving and stuff like that. So it's gonna be, you know what I mean, trying to coach and keep the same things going, adding players, taking away players. That's already difficult, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be a rough ride for him coaching this team to the end of the season. But I would say next after this draft and whatever players they decide to pick up, I'll say next year he should have a better year. You know what I mean? I say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he been impressive this entire year. I like what Jordy Fernandez is doing. I like the fact that Shaw Barks seem to be on point with Jordy Fernandez. They seem like it's not somebody. Uh, it's like George. Sean Marks is being a GM like he's supposed to be, and he's trusting Jordy Fernandez to be the best coach he could be, and we seeing that. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. Shout out to Harlem. Harlem just joined the panel.
What's good, bro?
Chilling, man.
What up,
What's
Ice?
going on? What's going on? Talk to us, Harlem. How you feel, man?
So I got two things to say. That's it. So the first thing is,
Okay,
I'm not here to promote losing. I'm here to promote winning. So
that's
I
a
want to
fact.
make that clear. So all of the fans that's promoting losing, nasty work. Secondly, giving up Schroeder was terrible. I wouldn't have did it. Thirdly, what people got to understand is the Nets could be as bad as the Wizards. They're not guaranteed to get a top 5 pick. That's
True.
not how that goes. So at the end of the day, if they don't get a top 5 pick, then what you gonna say? Now I have a
Yeah,
question.
I got an answer for that. I actually got an answer for that.
Go ahead,
My
talk to me.
answer is Igor Domin or Boogie Flan or just a dynamic point guard that could basically do what Schroeder did. And I don't think you could only get that with Dylan Harper. I think you could get that with Igor. I think you get it with Boogie Flan, and I think you could get it maybe with somebody else that I'm not mentioning. But I think that's pretty much the reason why I feel the way I feel. But to the other thing you said, I'm not necessarily promoting losing. I'm promoting player development, right? So
No, I'm not
let me
talking
tell
about
you,
you. I'm just talking about whoever is promoting losing. I'm just not because like to be honest with you, right? What you just
yeah,
said about the other guys in the draft, I feel personally everybody outside of the top 5 is who really could be the generational talent. I don't think none of the top
okay,
5 players are the generational talent. So I
wow.
think that anything past that is going to be generational talent.
So
I
who you
don't
like
think.
it? Who you like it as a draft? Who you watching any specific player?
Um, to be honest with you, bro, like I got my eye on 2026. I like
Wow.
Boozer. Like I think the Boozer twins is gonna really be like I think they're gonna be generational talent. I
Okay.
think AJ to me is like 50-50. I gotta see him more. I think Cayenne could be a generational talent. I think LeBron's son could be generational talent. I think the 26 draft is more gonna be generational than right now.
Mm,
But if I had to
interesting.
pick somebody in this draft, I like Mikey Williams. I keep telling
Okay.
people like Mikey Williams is really like that. I think he better than Dylan and Owen. Like he's really like he like that. You feel what I'm saying? So if you like
Yeah,
Cam
but
Thomas,
he a
you gonna
small
like
guard
him.
though, right? He like 6'1", right?
But he nice though.
6'4".
He's
He's six
super
four.
Oh, he's
nice.
6'4".
And
He's 6'4".
yeah,
Okay.
and the reason why he's not higher in the draft is because he had like legal problems, like you know what I mean, off the court. But he really is nice for real. But I got a question for you and Ice, right? And
Yeah.
if you choose to share it to the whole panel, you can also. My question is, let's say you get Ace Bailey, right? Because Ace is who Ice like, and then you like Harper. If you
Right.
get one of these guys, and the Nets is just a good regular season team, right? They're winning,
Hmm.
but they never win a championship. Is that a failure to y'all?
I mean, yeah, I don't think that these players that we pick is going to be anything but a player that we put part of the championship roster. And on that
Okay.
note, and on that note, Harlem, I think
Okay.
I believe that Jordy Fernandez is going to coach a superstar one day. He's going to get
Okay.
some player out of the draft and he's going to make them a superstar. And that's contingent. I believe that because the player development in Noah Clowney, Zaire Williams, Jalen Wilson, all of the player development that I'm seeing out of all of these draft picks that's not top five. If he
Okay.
get a player that you know what I'm saying? In the draft, especially in this next draft, I think he either makes, to be specific, I think he either makes Cam Thomas a superstar or the player that we draft a superstar, or guess what? Both of them. That's what I
Okay.
believe. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
just
I think
I'm
I
just
think Jordy Fernandez is that good of a coach, and that's why I disagree with what you're saying because I'm not. Again, I want you to know this, Harlem. I
uh,
don't think that the winning is only contingent on the players that we get. A lot of the stuff that I say about us winning is because of Jordy Fernandez. I've, and that's because of Steve Nash and KD, Kyrie, and Harden and that whole thing and how they undermined the coach and the value that it brings to the championship roster. So yeah, that's where I stand with that though, Harlem. We could go to Ice.
I'm
Yo,
Ice,
gonna
what
be
you think
honest
about
with
what he
you.
said? Go ahead,
all
go ahead.
right. First,
Go ahead.
Mikey Williams ain't been playing, bro. He been on sideline for a while because I've been watching him too. He nice, but
He nice, right? He
as far as
nice, bro. Like he
yeah,
nice, bro.
he nice. I watch all his little practices and all that. He nice. I've been keeping an eye on him, but he ain't been playing. Most of the freshmen for that school haven't been playing.
Is
But
he hurt?
no. They just
Oh,
what do you like?
okay.
They like redshirted. Most of the
Okay.
freshmen there not playing at all. It's not just him. It's like four other guys that don't be playing on that team. Um,
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it's a failure. I don't think it's a failure. Here's why: because one player don't make a championship, right? One player is on the team, and on the coach, and a lot of things go into winning championship. So if you draft him, just say you draft him and you end up with someone like Asia or one of the Boozer twins,
Mm-hmm.
and you build a decent team and you end up like Boston, keep getting close and close and close, and you never get there, then I'll be like, you know what I mean? That's probably a fail. But if you just draft Ace and expect, or Dylan, and expect to win a championship just because you draft them, I don't think
No, I'm
that's a
not talking
failure.
about that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if the Nets get these guys and they don't win within 5 years, that's a failure, bro.
No, it takes
Because
long. Sometimes it takes longer, bro. It takes longer.
All right,
It
so
takes,
hold. Let's actually have that conversation. I'm a moderate it, but I want Harlem and Ice to give examples. I'll go first, right? Because I got something to say too. When you think about the rebuilds and how long it takes for them to win, you think about Jokic. He ain't take 5 years, and you can't say that Jokic wasn't a success in his first 5 seasons just because they ain't win a championship. Him and Jamal Murray. So I kind of push back. You feel what I'm saying, Harlem? There's examples with success to a franchise like Boston Celtics before they actually won a championship. You could consider them successful. You could only one team could win an NBA championship, and I think that's probably why they did the in-season tournament too. Like it's not the same thing as the NBA championship, but it's still something that's being won. Case in
yeah.
point is the Boston Celtics. they were always in the playoff run once they got Tatum and Brown. They didn't miss the playoffs once. So for one, that's successful. If you draft a player, we get Cam Thomas, and the next player that we get, we draft, and we go to the playoffs. Maybe we don't win no championship, but we go to the playoffs. I keep that group. I keep that duo. You feel what I'm saying? But again, I don't want to be long winded.
Nah.
But I do feel like you do have to consider what success, even if you don't get a championship. If I get Ace Bailey and Cam Thomas and they go to the first round out of 5 seasons, they go to the first round 3 times, and they go to the second round once, and they go to the Eastern Conference once. I'm keeping that group. If they and
Yeah, that's a
I'm
failure,
trying, I'm
bro.
trying. No. But
That's a failure.
listen, what I'm saying is, this is your hypothetical, and I'm letting you know whether or not I would keep it. But the truth is, I don't believe that. I don't
Okay.
believe that we're not going to go to the championship in 5 seasons. 5 seasons from now, I think we got one. And I think we go
I'm
to
gonna
the
tell you
playoffs.
why.
I think we go to the playoffs every season starting next season. I don't think we make the playoffs this season, but I do think we go to the playoffs next season. And you know what I mean? But not especially like tomorrow. I think we're gonna lose that game.
Like,
Word, but go ahead.
so
But it's shout to
you
Quest
got
One. He said you got 800 subscribers. Congratulations, bro. Thank you, Quest One. I appreciate that. Yeah, share the podcast, man. Try and blow it up.
salute.
Go ahead though, Harlem. Pass
So
it to Ice
all
though
right.
after this.
So you got Ja Morant, Luka Doncic, Shea Alexander, Ant Edwards, Jason Tatum, right? I'm just gonna name those 5. Those guys are gonna be in the NBA for the next decade, right?
Preach.
I don't think Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, Cooper Flag, Demin, Boogie Flynn, none of them guys is gonna be better than none of them current guys I just named. One of them
Okay.
guys are gonna be on the Brooklyn Nets, right? Unless the Nets get like a Giannis type player, they're not winning no championship, bro, at all. They're just gonna be a good wait, hold on. They just
You're
gonna
giving
be a
me Knicks
good
fan
regular
energy right now,
season.
bro.
No. They just gonna be a good regular season team. So the whole purpose is to win a championship. So you said that you feel like they could win 1 in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
I disagree with that because all of them guys I just named is gonna be in title contention for them 5 years. They're not beating those guys.
What guys? What guys? What guys you talking about?
And the guys I just named, Ant
No, what?
Edwards, Shea
Okay, West
Alexander,
Coast. West Coast.
Jason Tatum. You feel what I'm saying? No, I'm
The
just
East Coast.
saying all of them teams are
No.
gonna
Those
be in title
three. Because
contention.
for one, Shay and Ant Man, they cancel each other out because they in the West Coast. Only one of them could get to the championship. You know how this goes.
No, right.
So
I'm
okay.
talking about guys that's gonna be fighting for the
I'm not, bro.
championship.
We got Cam Thomas on this team. I ain't scared of no team, bro. Trust me. So
No,
we
facts.
just gonna pass.
Cam is
Hold on,
nice.
no. Let's just get to the logic. Name the other players that you said. You said Ant Man, Shea.
I
They
said
both on the Western
Ant-Man,
Conference.
Shea,
And who else?
Tatum,
Tatum. That's
Luka.
3. He on the 4. Okay.
Yeah, I said Luka and Ja Morant.
Okay. All right. So hold on. Let me say this. I give you those
What's that?
Celtics. Yeah, we're gonna have to get past the Celtics. But those other teams, I'm not worried about them because they gotta beat each other. They gotta fight each other. And only one of them can get there unless they pair up on being on the same team. And I doubt that happens. Now, I'm saying. Go ahead.
So who do you? So the point I'm making is, I'm just saying that those teams are gonna be superior teams, right? So
No.
when you look at the Nets,
I'm not saying that. No, I don't think they could be. I don't
this
think
is facts, though.
automatically. But hold on, you talking about next season?
No,
Like,
I'm
if you're
talking
talking
about.
about this season and next season, I give you that. And then
No,
again,
I'm
what I'm
talking about
asking,
for the
listen,
next 5 seasons, bro. For the
in
next
the next,
5
bro,
seasons,
listen. All I'm telling you is, yeah, they might be dominant players, but it don't mean they're gonna be on that team. Ain't no guarantee that Ant-Man gonna be on the Minnesota Timberwolves for 5 seasons.
no. I'm not
I don't
saying
know.
Minnesota. I'm saying those
You
players.
said Ant-Man.
No matter, no.
Shay gonna be
Listen to
tough.
what I'm saying.
But no.
Listen to
But
what I'm
we talking
saying.
about. I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I'm being specific with you. Ant-Man, I don't know if he stay with Minnesota. They don't give me the they're gonna win a championship vibe. Now I'll
No,
grant it this.
but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying him or
Okay, so
Minnesota. What I'm saying is you can have, as long as those players is in the NBA, no matter where they're at, any team they're on, they're gonna be in title contention because they're that good of a player.
that
So
don't mean
if
they're
the
gonna win.
Nets don't
So
win, hold on. So if the Nets don't win it within, so that's who they're gonna be competing with in the next 5 years. So
bro, you
then
heard what I
after
said.
that, draft after draft after draft, the talent is getting better. Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, bro, does not compare to none of them guys I just named at all.
Not fair. That's not fair though. If you like, cause you
That's
didn't see them
facts,
again.
though.
Hold on. You didn't see them. You didn't. You get. And a lot of things happened. John Morant got hurt in the playoffs. Let's call it what it is. Again, certain things happen that you cannot control. So I'm saying that to say this is what happened before Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey even got to the league. So don't
You
make it
think Dylan
seem like
Harper is gonna ever be? You
hold
think
on.
Dylan Harper is ever gonna be
Bro.
a John Morant, bro?
No, 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 no,
Realistically,
no, no. Bro, I seen like I don't know. I never watched a whole Rucker game from the first half to the end of the game. I'm not answering that question.
no.
It's a ridiculous question. What I'm saying to you is
How?
this. Hold on, let me tell
That's
you
gonna be
why,
his competition for the
bro.
next 5 10 years.
Bro, but he not in the NBA
Hold
yet.
on,
I
hold
didn't
on.
even see how.
Can I
Hold on.
jump
Let me
in
say
real
this. Let me
quick?
say this. Hold on. No, not yet. He didn't even transition from college to the NBA. I'm not doing that. That's not a fair argument. That's just going to be us yelling back and forth about some fucking potential. And at the end of the day, I'm talking to you specifically about John Morant playoff history. For one, he got to get past Ant-Man and Shea, and it don't look like that's happening. If he do, he got to get past Tatum, the other player that you mentioned, and the other guy that you mentioned was Luca. So Luca got to the conference finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Wolves got to the conference finals. Shea ain't get there,
Mm-hmm.
but Shea and OKC look like they're gonna get there. But my point is, those 4 out of 5 players that you talking about,
Mm-hmm.
they on the Western Conference. So I don't
But
even
if
know if
the
they're gonna
Nets,
stay. Bro,
hold
hold
on.
on,
But if
but
the
no,
Nets
but
made it,
listen,
you think they're
listen,
gonna beat any of them guys?
bro. With this team, no. With a team that we building, yes, yes.
What
If,
but what kind of team are you? Because that's what I'm saying. If Dylan Harper comes in the league, right? What I'm telling you is he can be on the Nets 5 years, right? Hear me carefully. He could be on the Nets for 5 years, right? And that'll be
okay,
5 more years that them guys that I named are being in the NBA. Within 5 years, I
mhm.
still don't think he'll be better than none of them guys that I just named. He
Right,
won't
but
be
that's
better than Shea. He won't be better than Ant. He won't none of them guys, bro. So what
bro.
is the Nets
Again,
winning? I'm just
right.
curious.
All right. What I'm saying to you is that he don't necessarily have to be better than Shea and all those other players that you mentioned in the next 5 seasons. It's
That's
five
who he
on
going
five.
up against.
Bro,
Nigga, he the
listen,
point guard.
It's five. No,
But
but it's
basketball's a
five
team
versus
sport.
five.
So
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't even know why
I'm
you're
not
doing this.
concerned about that. I'm concerned about the Nets
yo, my
being
only
better
thing.
than it
Hold
than
on.
certain other
Before,
teams.
cause
Go
before y'all
ahead. Go to
continue,
Ivan and leave. Ivan and leave. Go ahead, Ivan.
yeah. So my
Bad,
thing
Ivan.
is, I agree with you in Harlem. While I'm saying like it's not gonna, like Harlem said, these players gonna be top players for a while, but I only see us losing to them like probably 2 or 3 years. And then after that, basketball is a team sport, so we can find complementary pieces, and players don't stay with the same teams because once they win a championship, their value go up. So a lot of championship teams lose their valuable pieces and they get traded
Well,
around. So
Ivan, I gotta refute that because the new CBA it says different. Like now, if you win a championship, not like even the role players are staying on their respective
oh
teams for a
wow.
while, bro.
Then
Like if you
Harlem
look
makes a
at
good
like
point. Then if
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
the case,
If you really look at it, the way this CBA is set up, it's set up for players for a lot of young players that's coming in that's getting a 200 mil rookie max and that 5 year deal after let's say like around where
yeah,
the Jason Tatum mark is, the Jalen Brown mark is, and those players that's over to like in between the ages of 25 and 29, they're gonna be on their respective teams for a while as long as the CBA is in place because
that's kind of unfair. Damn.
yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know that.
Hey
Because
yo,
Yeah.
Lee. So let me
if
ask
you
this
really
one question, Lee. If the Nets don't win a championship, you know what? Breezy said 5 years ain't fair, right? So cool. extended.
I
I
said
think 5 years
5
is a
years.
good window.
What
But
you
if they
mean?
don't win it
Whoa, whoa,
five,
whoa, whoa! I
Niggas
said what?
kept telling me 3 years, bro. But
Whoa,
go
whoa, whoa,
ahead.
whoa,
so
whoa, whoa! I
so
said what? Whoa, what did I say?
you said you think the Nets gonna win one time in 5 years. I
I
disagree
said
with that.
yeah.
They're
That
not winning
definitely
in
got the
5 years.
potential to. They
No, no,
definitely got the potential to win it
Nah,
in
they
5 years.
not,
That's for
bro.
sure.
They not. No. They not
I
winning in
believe that.
5 years.
I believe that.
But
I
you
believe
know
that.
what? Cool.
I bet you
Will
you
listen,
$5.
think?
Will.
I bet you $5.
I bet you
Hold up,
five
hold
hundred
up,
million, bro. They not
That's a
winning in
good.
five
That's
years, bro. It's over.
I bet you
time out.
$5 they win it in
Let
5 years.
let me get
I
They
this.
do.
not
Let me
Hold
winning
on,
in
get
before
this.
five
y'all
But
go,
years,
I
hold up,
think
bro.
Dylan.
wait. Time out. Let me
Go
get this
ahead. Yeah,
straight.
yeah.
They
You
not
go ahead,
winning in
buddy.
5 years,
So
bro.
wait. So you got us winning a championship in 5 years, but
They not winning in 5 years, Lee. Yo,
well,
No,
Leaf,
but let
listen.
Leaf
I
go.
know.
Once
Hold on,
a
let Leaf
Go
bigger,
I
ahead.
know.
Go.
Wait. No.
Let him finish. Go ahead. Let
I
him
just
finish.
want
Go ahead,
to
Leaf.
understand what's going on. You got us winning a championship in 5 years, but somehow names like Ja Morant, Luca, we talking about the West right now, like because our competition in the
That's a
East.
fact.
Our competition in the East, bro, in the next 5 years is probably gonna be Orlando, maybe Paolo Banchero, because he only like he's still 21, 20. He ain't even 21, 22 years old. So if you saying that we gonna win it's a possibility that we could compete and be in the final four of the last 4 in the next 5 years. But when I look at the team, like Memphis is doing good now, Dallas is doing
yo,
good
hey, yo,
now.
Leaf, let me ask you a
All of
question,
If
these
you're
Leaf.
teams
scared,
that
get
you're
a
talking about
dog.
is doing good now.
If you're
Hey,
scared,
yo,
get a
Leaf, I
dog.
got a question, Leaf.
I ain't
Yo, Leaf,
scared, bro. My
Shea,
money ain't funny, bro. Like
yo,
so, like
yo,
if you
Shay,
want, like,
Yo,
I'm
yo,
not
I'm just
doing no
listen
saying.
to
debates.
this,
I'm
Leaf.
not
Nah,
doing no debates, bro. I'm
uh,
putting the bread on the line.
no,
Hey,
no, no.
yo,
I'm
Leaf,
not. Listen,
hey, yo, Leaf,
listen.
listen.
Go, hold on,
Shea
hold on. What up,
Alexander,
bro?
Luka
They all in
Doncic,
the
right?
West. They got to get past each other.
No,
They
cool,
got.
right?
All
But
right.
what I'm
Who
saying
do
is,
we gotta get
you
past?
think
Well, we ain't better
you
than the
think the
Cavs or the
Nets,
Celtics
Bro,
yet.
we not competing this year, next year, and maybe not even the next year after that. But after that, I expect us to compete. Fact.
That's reasonable, Breezy. That's
no,
reasonable.
That's
cool,
I do.
reasonable,
The
no,
only
but
thing. Hold
cool,
on. Before you go,
no,
because you make good
cool.
point.
Yo,
who's gonna be in the
Hold on. I think
championship
you made
scene?
good points, but I do have a
Wait, hold on,
question for
Ivan.
you.
What
Hold
might
on.
Who's
guess?
gonna be in the championship scene in the East in the next 5 years, bro? If the Celtics and
I
the
don't know.
Cavs are still there, yeah, you're right. You don't
Hey,
know,
yo,
but
Breezy,
somehow you got
listen,
the
bro.
Nets being there.
I
That's
agree
right.
with you, Leaf.
He
But
asked me a
listen,
hypothetical. He asked me a
Hold on.
hypothetical question. Hold on. Let me break down the science. He asked me a hypothetical question, and based on everything I know, I already cooked this up before I even asked the question. But let me explain why. With all of the draft picks that we got stocked, you could look and see who's going to be contenders in the next quote unquote 5 years. That being said, when you look at our draft picks and how that would, how you say, put a team in a good scenario for a team that's trying to compete outside of the next 5 years, you want to talk to franchise. The Brooklyn Nets got the advantage. We
You can
talk.
say the
We
same
talk.
thing about the
Listen,
Pistons.
listen.
You
I'm
can
not.
say
No,
the
I
same
no
thing
no no
about
no
all
no
these
no
other
no no
teams.
no 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 no. I ain't mentioned the Pistons till you said it. What I'm saying is. What I'm saying is my confidence, even though y'all can credit Jeff Peterson, but again, my confidence comes from us getting successful picks late in the draft, i.e., Cam Thomas, Noah Clowney, Dayron Sharp. In my opinion,
yo,
they
Breezy.
hold
But you
on, let me
still
finish,
ain't answer my
bro.
question. Go ahead,
Bro,
go ahead,
what's your question?
go
What's your
ahead.
question? Because I don't want to be lonely.
My
But
question is, if the Nets do not win, because I understand they're gonna be
bro, come
competitive,
on.
but
I
I
don't
don't.
even like the hypotheticals with us not
I
winning.
don't. No,
I don't like
no, no,
that
no,
Knicks
no,
fan
no, no, no.
energy, bro.
But no. Because you talking, they're gonna be winning like competitive. If
Yes,
they don't win in 5 years, if they don't win a championship in 5 years, is it a failure? Yes or no?
bro. We first and foremost,
No, answer the
that's
question. Is it a failure,
bro.
bro?
Listen. What I'm saying is, you asking me a question in a way where it's something I actually gotta unpack. You feel what I'm saying? Because you
I
can't just look at it and say in 5 years. I don't know what's like 5 years. You ain't say 5 weeks or 5 months.
no,
Like, come on,
bro.
bro.
You know why?
Listen,
I don't
I'm
know. We
trying to,
could
Because
have
but
the
had for
look,
thing
five
is,
but
hours.
because the thing is,
listen. Before y'all let me finish answering the question, because I do have to unpack it. You asking me another question. So again, what I'm
but you
saying is,
got faith in
let me.
Brooklyn, though, right?
I look, listen.
So
Yes,
if you
but
got faith in
again,
your team, okay. So if you got faith
bro.
in your
That's
team, then
got
you should
not.
be able to say you think they're gonna win in 5 years.
Bro,
Yo,
but yeah,
It
yo,
but
shouldn't be
no,
hard for
I'm
you.
not answering. But what I'm saying is, I'm not answering your question in the big fan way. I'm actually unpacking it, talking basketball
All
with
right,
you. So again, hold on.
all right,
So what I'm
all right.
listen, what I'm trying to
I'm
tell you
listening.
is,
Go
with the draft picks we got, teams gonna want to talk business with us. It is what it is. And when they do, we got the advantage. Now, that being said, we could flip a lot of those draft picks to make sure we serious about the next two drafts. Why? Because our draft picks are in the next two drafts. So, that being said, I think we have the advantage to talk business with these next few seasons when it come down to draft picks. There's going to be other teams that's going to be in rebuild mode after us. That's the nature of the
If
game.
y'all don't win in
Now,
5 years, bro,
listen,
it's a failure,
I'm
bro.
I'm sensing a
listen,
lot of
listen,
I'm sensing a
listen,
lot of scariness, bro. Because just
listen,
a minute ago
It's a
you said we
failure,
would
bro.
you wanted
listen.
to
I'm
put
trying
bread on
to,
the line. I'm
bro.
sensing some scary
Listen,
shit going on.
listen. I'm trying to unpack it. Y'all just want me to say yes, and then y'all want to tell me all of the reasons why it won't work. We're not doing that. Y'all, I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna tell y'all
We
wow,
just
all of the
speaking
reasons
facts to
why.
you, bro. We just
Bro,
speaking
listen,
facts to you, bro.
that's
That's
an
all.
opinion. You saying that we not gonna
Nah,
win in
that's
five
facts,
years is
bro.
a bro. That's an
Bro, you not
that's
opinion,
a
gonna win
yeah,
bro.
in
yeah,
five
that's a
years,
opinion,
bro.
yeah. But
You
but
That's
don't
an
have
he
no.
opinion,
but
bro.
The
hold
Nets
on, hold
don't
on. I
have
want to
a
say
no.
this.
That's
Yo,
Listen,
I
an
want to say
wait.
this
opinion, bro.
before. I
Y'all
want to
don't
say
hold
this.
on, yo, bro.
Hold on,
Hold on,
Y'all
wait,
don't
no, no, no,
hold
no,
on.
no,
even
no, no,
show.
no. Time out, time out, time out. I can't let y'all continue the conversation because y'all confusing people. Y'all confusing the chat. I can't let y'all
No,
mislead the
but hold
fans.
on.
Hold on. I
I
gotta
just
say this
want to
because
know.
it's 8 fans in here. I gotta moderate. Y'all gotta let me moderate. What I'm saying is,
Good.
if it's an opinion, call them, keep it an opinion. That's not a fact. We all got avatars, so nobody don't know who's saying what. So I'm just trying to make sure that you know what I'm saying. It's clarity for the fans to listen in. Shout to hold on, let me shout
I just
everybody
want to
out
say
to
this
get it
one thing
together.
that I'm gonna drop off. Breezy. I just want to say this one thing I'm gonna drop off. I listened to y'all show right for mad long before I came up here. Right? I heard Python say it. I heard Ivan say it. I heard Drew say it. I heard Iceman say it. Y'all all said this is a generational draft, and one of these top five players are gonna be a generational talent, right?
Top
So let me
three.
get this off without cutting me
I
off.
think Ace
If this is
Bailey.
a
That's what I'm
Bro,
about to
you
hold
say.
on,
I
cut
hold
me
on.
think
Let me
Ace.
get
off,
this off
bro.
without
You
cutting
say
me
you
off.
got a long ass
Wait, hold on.
soliloquy. You
I'm just
cut
gonna
me
say
off
this
when
and
you
I'm
asked
dropping
me the
off. I'm gonna say
question.
this, I'm dropping off. So if this is a generational draft and one of these top five players is a generational player, then that means that's a transition into winning a chip. So if one of these players is that generational, if they don't win a championship within 5 or 10 years, that is a failure, my boy.
Bro,
I
but
don't think
you
it's
That's
a
it.
saying
failure. I
that
don't
we
think it's
not
a
gonna
failure.
win. I'm not saying we not gonna win.
I think
That's
Yo,
Ace
what I'm
I
trying
Bailey
to
said
is.
in
tell you.
5 years. I said in
Yo,
5 years. I said
Breezy.
5 years.
Dylan is
Yo,
better than
I
Breezy.
Ace.
If the
I ain't
Knicks
never say
traded
y'all ain't
six
never gonna
picks
win.
for
I said in
Mikal
five
and don't
years
win
the Nets ain't gonna win.
Yeah,
Who
I heard
Breezy?
you say that,
what
bro.
is
Hold on, hold
that?
on, hold on. Let me
That
say this.
might be true.
Hold on.
Nah,
Hold on. What I'm saying is,
then
bro, I said what I
when the
said.
black
We got to go to Big Priest, Python, and everybody on the panel. Hold on. Well, just mute your mics. It's some background noise.
I appreciate you
Um,
letting me get it off though. Go ahead though.
all right. Shout to Harlem.
Don't
Shout to
go
Harlem.
nowhere though. Don't you gotta you can't just come in and say your shit and
Yeah,
then leave.
Nah,
You
yeah,
gotta
just
you
mute
gotta
up.
you gotta
All right,
keep
all right,
Yeah,
it
all right.
yeah, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Set the panel on fire, now you want to dip and shit. Like, hold on, you stay, come get this work. Now, listen, all I'm saying is the intention, based on what I've seen with my own eyes, Jordy Fernandez want to win. But he understands the nature of the business and what it is. And again, as a fan, seeing a new head coach, I don't want to put him in the driver's seat to win the championship that season. Even when we had Steve Nash that first season and KD didn't play, nobody expected us to win a championship that season. So the same thing for Jordy Fernandez this season. So if you count in 5 seasons, you got to be counting 5 seasons from next season, right? So now, again, that being said, when you look at the draft picks, I think the franchise is serious about getting these next 20, this draft and the next season draft. That's where they more focal point is to build this team. Other than that, we got enough cap space to focus on the free agency however we want, when we want. And I think with those two things happening in these next 2 seasons, we're going to be able to compete in that third, Fourth
Yo, I think
and
I
fifth
think
season.
I think a lot of people forget that cap space means a lot to your future too, not just draft picks, yo.
I just said that, bro. I just
No,
said
no,
that.
Cap
no, no.
space.
I'm just backing you up on that pause
Oh, facts, facts. All right, pause.
you can do a lot in free agency. A lot of people saying, what if they don't go get what if we don't land a Harper? What if we could go land Fox and still bring in a good young talent with Cam Thomas, you know?
Bro,
So
like,
yeah,
PT, bro, you making a legitimate point, but we got to remember we already broke down the free agency pool, bro, like time and time again up in here, bro, and we all agree
2026.
2025 and 2026. We
Nah,
don't.
2025, we're not doing anything in free agency. It's
Okay, but
2026. 2026, you
2026.
want me to read it to you? It's pretty good.
Bro, it wouldn't make no sense if you read it to me because by the time we get there, bro, like a lot of them niggas is gonna be going and re-signing for new money anyway. But like you got to remember the CBA demands that you every single season that you spend 75% of your cap during that off season. So the reality of us getting a big time free agency, big time free agent in an era in the CBA, bro, where it's kind of demanded for you to get picks and hit in the draft.
No,
It's kind of demanding that you do that, or if you get a big trade, or if you get a trade that turns somebody into a star, like a la Shea Gilgeous Alexander from the Clippers. So my thing is that everything that we did in terms of this line drive move, this straight line drive move leading towards the draft, bro, by trading with this through the trade to the Warriors, bro. Listen, we all in. I said it. I said it yesterday. I said it the last podcast. I said, yo, we got a line drive. Nobody should be complaining anymore, bro. Listen, we probably gonna win between 22 and 25 games. Now that Struder is gone, Cam Thomas is still hurt. We all know what we're doing. We all know
Right.
where we're going. So ain't
Ye-
nobody should be complaining. The draft is gonna be the place that we get the most talent other outside of free agency. If we end up with somebody that's gonna end up better than anybody that we got out of the draft, it's gonna be in a trade. That's the
All
only
right.
way it's gonna happen.
All right. Hold on. For fun, shout to Lee. Pass it to Big Priest. Then we gotta go to PT. It's so greasy. But yeah. Go ahead, Leaf. Before you do that, just give us a commercial though, bro.
Yes, youtube.com/Lee4788. I'm done with these punk ass OTs. So I'm back, man. I'm back in action, man. I actually before I pass the ball, Priest, I actually gotta walk something back, bro. Like, yeah, I did watch a couple of these last record games, and everything that you said about Dylan Harper was A1.1 100 times 100 million. Yeah, is he better than Ace Bailey right now? Yes, he is. Is he gonna go over Ace Bailey in the draft in this draft? I don't believe so. I mean, but it could happen because I think the draft the way that they draft nowadays is based on the potential and upside and all that crazy shit. So you already know how that is. But I definitely got to give my man Big Priest the A1 a salute on
That's a fact.
Dylan Harper because he talked Dylan Harper up like months before the season even started, bro,
Yo,
and he still
yo,
talked them up. So
yo, Leaf. I was about to put the title where Big Priest at. We gotta talk about Dylan Harper. That ass.
yeah. I mean, but I definitely had to walk that back. If it's gonna be guys in this draft, it's only three players that could help the Nets get back to 40 plus wins, bro, and that's Dylan Harper, Diego Demin, is
That's what I
two
was
out of the
telling
three of them.
Harlem. Yeah, that's what I was telling Harlem. But yeah, go ahead, Big Priest.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Priest.
I'm glad to hear sense taking over. That's why I said watch the games and not the highlights. Watch how the man operate the offense. Watch how the man run the offense. Um, he's just so much of a better, mature player at this point.
Oh shit, my fault. Yo, hold on, my bad. I tried to give him the solo. My fault, Big Priest. You good,
Oh,
Big
you
Priest?
good, you good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so much of a more mature, more better, especially at this point. Um, Yeah, Dylan don't got the athleticism that Ace has, but Dylan's game is gonna age better.
Ace still had 23 points though, so we can't forget that. Like,
I
they
mean,
both
but they
they
both.
both went
But
ham now. They both went crazy that game. So
I get what you're saying, but
You
if you
watched the
look
game,
at
so
the
greasy.
hell yeah, Dylan, Ace barely handled the beginning of the game, bro. He was going off all game, bro.
but when
That's
you
tough.
look at the season, right? The
Oh
season
no
in
no
its
no no,
totality.
bro. I know Big Priest. I know exactly
No, no,
what
no.
you talking about.
Hold on, Big Preach. Can I? It's so greasy. I just want to hear y'all talk about last game, then get into the season, just so the chat could follow y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we avatars, so it's tough for them. You know what I mean? Um,
Uh,
but
I
go
know
talk
that
to me.
both of them.
So,
I know
so
both
Ace
of them played
Bailey.
well last game,
Okay,
but
so Ace Bailey had the first half of the game. He was controlling shit. That's what you're saying. So greasy.
Mainly, no. Dylan Harper controls the game, bro.
yeah,
Okay.
That Dylan Harper is they
but
Jason
Ace was
Kidd.
getting off in that first
He's
half. He was
yeah,
getting it
he
going.
just
Yeah,
was
yeah.
getting his buckets. The Dylan Ace Bailey, he I don't think he will look right without a good point guard. You get what I'm
No,
saying? So
I don't think so either.
so
That's
yeah,
tough.
bro. Yeah, I think they a good pair. I just think
I
like
think Ace Billy gonna be all right no matter what. His catch, his ability to play off the ball is already elite at his age,
yeah,
and
but he's so
Mm.
small. Is that point? Is moments where as though I'm not saying you wrong. Hey yo, I'm like that. His upside is
Elite
exact.
off ball
It's exactly as you
is a
talking about.
threat
But
though.
right now, as we speak,
I
bro.
mean that's one of the key things in today's NBA. But I mean,
Right now,
bro,
as we speak,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I call Ace elite off ball. Elite. That's a
you know who
I
he
mean
looked
for
like.
I mean for
You
his
know who?
age,
No,
bro.
no.
Like
Look,
I
can I
never
just say
seen
this
that.
one thing? Can I just say this one thing? When I watch
Go
him
ahead. Go
play,
ahead. So greasy.
when I watch him play, he reminds me of Karis LeVert, bro. I tell you the
Okay.
truth.
That's
He slashes in and out the paint.
I'm not
He can.
taking
mm.
care of Levert number two.
They say that.
That's tough.
Oh
But hold
wow,
on, you
Nigga
got hold
said
on again.
Karis LeVert when he drawing comparisons to PG, T Mac, and KD, bro. Like I
No, hey
heard.
yo,
Hold
no,
on, yeah, yeah.
no. That's because of
Katie's
the
his favorite player,
athleticism.
mind you.
Hey yo, that's because of the athleticism. The guy is skinny, bro, and he uses his slashing and shit like that a lot, bro, and he can create his shot. If you
Yeah.
look at him, you just gotta watch him, bro. He's in it. He's like,
So
yo,
greasy. So
I think
greasy. Hold on,
that
hold on, hold on,
so
it's
greasy.
hard
hold
to
The
on,
only
explain.
hold
way
It's
on, leave,
hard.
leave, leave.
It's
Hold
hard
on,
to
so greasy.
explain.
Hold on. So greasy. We gotta go back to Big Priest. So
No, you
greasy.
good. You good.
Hold on. No. But I'm saying this to you to go back to Big Priest. So greasy. And to my knowledge, we was talking one day, and I said this on the stream the other day. I said Dylan Harper. I said Big Priest said that he would pick Dylan Harper number one. Is that true, Big Priest?
Yes.
Yo, all right. So greasy. Do you agree with that?
I think if you want to pair, like, if the Nets are going to sign Cam Thomas, I think you will want the right point guard to play with him. Yes, I will pick him. I would pick
That's
him.
tough.
If I had to pick right now, I would pick him because I don't know. I don't know
Yo,
what the
Big
Nets.
Priest know
I don't know what
basketball,
the Nets.
man. You
I
called
don't
it,
know what
bro.
the Nets are gonna do with, as far as going forward with a point guard, and you always need that point guard. So, yeah, I would. If I had a choice, I'm picking Dylan Harper, my first round pick.
All right, hold on, Big Priest. We got to get to PT, but Big Priest, talk to us. Why did you say that? Because now it's ringing true, and it would be him over Cooper Flag. Tell us why you got Dylan Harper over Cooper Flag and a Ace Bailey.
I look at the makeup of our team, and I know everybody is big on Cam Thomas in the fan base, so that's the perfect running mate to put with Cam Thomas.
Yeah,
Mm.
Um, Dylan
All right,
Harper,
tell us why. Tell us why.
even over Igor. I think his pace, the way he can speed the pace up, slow it down. He knows how
Mm,
to control the game. He has a high basketball IQ.
mm.
Defensively,
His
he's
father
like
was an
he's like
NBA
a
player.
he's like a defensive floor general as well because
Mm.
he can get players in position defensively. You don't see that a lot from a point guard position. That's typically for a big man that will put the players in position they're supposed to be defensively. But
Respectfully.
he can do that. He can do that and run the offense. And if it ain't going for nobody, like if people is off, he can go get his own buckets.
All right, so let me ask you for a scenario real fast before we, you know what I'm saying? You see how they trap Cam Thomas? They go around a pick to force him to pass the
Ain't no more
ball.
trapping Cam Thomas as you got Dylan Harper out there.
All right, tell us why. Tell us why.
Because number one, Dylan gonna bring the ball up, and
Mm-hmm.
Dylan is gonna get them actions started. And it's gonna be
Mm.
so many clean looks running out alongside Dylan Harper to be ridiculous. And I think him working on his catch and shoot game actually shows that that'll be a benefit to us.
Yeah, nah,
I
that's what's
definitely
up.
agree. I definitely agree with everything that Priest is saying in terms of how it would fit. I think Dylan
I think he's
Harper.
the best player too. That's just my opinion on it.
I think
Yeah,
Dylan
nah,
Harper.
solid. That was valid.
I think Dylan Harper's ability to do a lot of to do a lot of different things with his upside at the point guard position being 6'6", 6'7", is definitely gonna work in the NBA. I definitely think he's gonna draw a lot of attention right away. That's going
Leaf, how you
Yeah,
jump
to
over me?
yeah, right. I was
uh
about to
oh
say, Leaf, his PT go.
no I was just co-signing what Priest was
Yeah,
saying,
so
but
yeah, just so
no
next
no
time,
no go yeah
just
go ahead.
co-sign it. Say, yeah, just say I co-sign with Big Preset, and then you know what I'm saying.
I'll co-sign because I was gonna get to something else, but go ahead.
Yeah, nah, we gotta stay with Dylan Harper because again, but Dylan was Schroeder
No,
leaving. That's
I
the
was gonna stay on
automatic.
the Dylan Harper topic, but I wanted to
No,
say
no,
I
let's
why
thought
just
what
get to
PT was
PT.
next.
Let's get to PT. Talk to us, PT man. See, it was goody, man. Talk to us. We said no. Big Priest really said it. I ain't gonna say that. But and now I'm saying it now that we should pick Dylan Harper with our pick. Even if he's the number one pick, we should still pick him over Cooper, Flag, and Ace Bailey. How you feel about that?
Nah, that's not that wouldn't be prudent.
Oh
Look,
man, why not?
look, I've been saying this. I've been saying this since the summer. I told y'all the most NBA ready player and in this draft is Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper's physically, his body, the
Hold
fact
on, you agreeing? You agreeing with us?
I'm disagreeing. I'm disagreeing. The
We saying we
player
would pick Dylan Harper. We would.
I would pick if I had the number one overall. I'm picking Ace Bailey.
Right.
Okay.
Ace Bailey looked like a. If you see Bailey in real life, he looks like he's just getting out of junior high school. He looked like a tall junior high school player. His body has the longest way to go. But
Mm.
if you watch his game, like especially the last game, I just at tweet you, big
he
fan
said the
brief.
same thing about KD when he was 19.
Okay.
But go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I've said the best defender is Cooper Flag.
Mhm.
The best scorer is Trey Johnson. The best
Okay.
passer is Yegor Demin, and the most NBA ready is Dylan Harper. But the best player in this draft is Ace Bailey. You
Mm.
just never you like the point guard you could get later. You could get lower in the draft. You could get even next year. You could even wait and just say, "Yo, I'm going 100% full steam ahead, and I'm gonna try to add SGA in 2026." You
Mhm.
know, or target like I'm not saying that's exactly what's gonna happen, but you target a player that's gonna come loose, and that's your point guard. You would want
Nah,
well,
hold on, PT. You saying you rather get a point guard for the Brooklyn Nets from the free agency opposed to a one
if
that you can draft?
if
Hold on,
you
you
can't get
hold on. Let me ask you this. Since you said that, you think Jordy Fernandez would prefer a free agent point guard that's done business and know the business of basketball, or somebody who just, you know what I'm saying, coming out the draft, I just happy to be
that,
here, you know?
listen, if De'Aaron Fox and
I
SGA
mean, that's
tell
how
their
we did it when
current
we got
team,
Jason Kidd, right?
hold on, if De'Aaron Fox or SGA say we're not coming back to these podunk towns, um, guess what? It's on. And I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying you have to take the player with the most upside in the draft and worry about everything else after. Dylan is going to look better. Look at Dylan. Look at Dylan physically. Look how Dylan scores. But Dylan's not a better shooter. He's not a better scorer. He's not even a better defender than Ace. It's just that he's been
That's
scoring
not
more.
true.
He's been scoring more. Uh, uh,
What's not true?
Uh,
Asa Bailey is not a better defender than Dylan Harper. That's not true at all. Not
uh,
even close. I've watched them kids all the way since high school. I'm from New Jersey. I've been watching these kids all the way since high
you haven't
school.
been watching Ace. I watched Ace in Georgia.
Yes,
The
I have
moment
been
he
watching
came from,
Ace.
the moment he came
Ace is
from
fragile than a
Vince,
motherfucker, bro.
I,
Ace is not a better
Oh
defender than
man.
Dylan Harper. That's not even
Whoa!
close.
Where did that
It's
come
not
from?
even close.
Right, we go to
Hell,
you next,
bro,
John.
he's
Hold on,
skinny.
John.
He's like a
Oh, I'm
Kevin
ready to cook,
Durant
bro.
body frame.
he's not like Kevin was actually bigger than him. He could play. Listen to me.
Exactly my point.
Listen, but Kevin was older too. Kevin was held back. He came into the college at 19. Was in the draft at 19.
I'm not talking about the
This is
talent, bro. I'm talking
a
about
dude
how
who
he
just
played defense.
this is a dude who turned 18 in August, at the end of August. This is a young player, and he didn't go to a Mount Verde. He didn't go to IG whatever. He went to McEachern High School in Georgia and brought them a state championship in the first time in for how long? It's not even a powerhouse school. He went to his around the way school, and the boy has a lot further to go. But if you watch him, just
Mm-hmm.
go watch Melo's tape in Syracuse. The only
All
difference is
right.
Melo weighs like 50 pounds more than him.
All
But
right, so hold on. Let me pose a question. I want to come move around the panel too, because we ain't get to So I want to get back to John. We didn't get to John, and I wanted to get back to So Greasy and Ice. Um, what? And I'm asking PT, and then I want John to respond to, and you know what I mean, see if he know or not. PT, what's the gap in talent and skill between Igor Dimon and Dylan Harper? Like, what's the difference between those two players?
Yegor is a champion
Diego.
from Europe.
Okay.
Yegor is a champion from Europe.
How old is he? How old is he?
He's 18.
Okay.
He's gonna be 19 before the draft.
Hmm.
He
So
Yegor and Hugo Gonzalez ran like the younger leagues of Spain, which is second to the NBA in terms of like difficulty.
okay.
Yegor is a more of a pro today, and he has the best the best court vision. The difference with Dylan is Dylan is a lead dog scorer. He could pass too. He's not like Yegor in passing. Um, but Dylan,
So what you mean? Diego a pass first player and Dylan a score first player?
yes, and Yegor is taller. Is 3 inches taller. He's 6'9". He sees over the defense. It's like I'm responsible Ben Simmons.
So all right. So hold on.
Without the speed. He doesn't have his
Right.
Ben Simmons speed. Yeah.
Right.
But
So PT, hold on. Why you why I got you right? I want to ask you. You rather because of his style of play and him being a pass first player, you rather Diego as point guard for the Nets over Dylan Harper? And
no,
I'm asking. Oh, you said no. Oh, okay.
no. If I had the choice the chance to draft both of them, I would draft Dylan first because the NBA point guard today needs to do a lot more. Like he's not like Harden. Him and Harden are very different, but at the same time, I would rather that player that's leaning closer to that type of ability because you need buckets. You need guys you're gonna go to at the end of the game. And Dylan has a really mature clutch gene. He he's just not a great shooter. Even though he's a great scorer, and you know you can't really go wrong. I think he could go number one overall as well. But
Who
if
Diego?
no Dylan
Dylan?
yeah.
Okay.
You see what
All right.
you see what
I'm
they
hearing
said.
more and more of that.
You see what they said. Dylan mom made him do. He said he wasn't even allowed to shoot jump shots for 6 years.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, I just wanted to
that's
throw this
wild.
in. I
Hey
just
yo,
wanted to throw this last thing in about Dylan, bro.
Just pass it to John after that.
I think everything that y'all said about Dylan is on the money, bro. Like in terms of his ability and the advantage that he already has at the point guard position at 6'6", 6'7", him having an already NBA ready of physique at that position. But I'm gonna be honest with you, just because of our trajectory and what we're supposed to be, and that we're not done with after this draft and the next draft we're supposed to be active too. If Ace Bailey is still on the board and we draft, and I'm taking Ace.
Oh, I don't got
I
no
like
problem taking Ace,
I'm not
bro.
I can't I like and the reason being is
I'm just
because
saying you got to find the point guard for the
yeah,
P.
and the reason being is because a high level facilitator is what's going to suit us a lot better. And that's not saying nothing about Dylan. I think Dylan can score. He could facilitate the ball, but I think Yegor in a perfect world, Yegor will fit a lot better than what we have
Yeah,
right now.
I
Than
gotta
any
see
I
this
hold
dude
on.
that you talking about, yo, Jaeger,
Hold
bro.
on, yeah, I gotta listen.
I gotta see this dude.
I'll agree to that, Leaf, because and I like Dylan Harper based on what I heard. But the whole pass first, seeing Schroeder being a driving kick, a point guard, and knowing Jordy want to take threes, I gotta say that either way it works. But it's just Diego don't have that top three demand. You know what I'm saying? If we miss Dylan Harper, then just get Yegor. That's how I look at it. But do we use Yegor for our first pick? It's hard to say because we don't know what pick is going to be. But I don't want to be long winded because I want to go to John. That's so greasy. John, talk to us, John. How you feel about all of this and the whole point guard situation? Do you agree with me saying that there's been success with the franchise prioritizing the point guard position?
You know what I think, Breezy? I think just like Leaf said, we did the biggest thing we had to do, which was get Dennis Schroeder off this team, and now it's going to be smooth sailing all the way to draft night. Because you think about it, I think getting the third pick in that draft will be very beneficial to us. We get the first and second, and we saw people going, "Oh, why didn't Brooklyn choose Ace or Harper over Cooper?" Yada yada. If we get the third pick, we're getting one of those guys, whether it's Ace, Harper, and or Cooper. And the way that Dylan Harper's playing, he's getting whoever could potentially draft in front of us, questioning everything about Cooper and Ace, which is wild to me. Because if we just get the third pick, we'll wait for one of these guys. And if Washington and Utah are the two top teams ahead of us, I guarantee you, whoever we get from those three guys, our trajectory, our window will be infinitely better than those two teams combined, regardless of who they get. And if you get a Dylan Harper with the third pick, I told you, Breeze, I'm willing to say we got the first round draft selection the way Harper's playing. I mean, he's been dominant. He's just been the QB for the team. And you talked about Yegor. Yegor could be an X factor too. He's moving up in people's mock drafts. Imagine he gets ahead of Ace, and we have the third pick, and we choose between Ace or Harper. Like that's a golden opportunity just by having the third pick in this draft. So I think we're in a great
Yeah.
position. You talk about who's better between Yegor and Harper. Well, Harper, he's actually fourth in scoring. So he's got that over Yegor. He's actually out rebounding Yegor. He's 6'6". Yegor is 6'8". He's actually
Keep,
out
keep
rebounding
going,
Yegor
keep
by
going
like
with
2
them
points of a
stats.
clip.
Keep
That's
going with them
tough.
stats. Keep
And
going
Yeah,
with
and
them
hold
stats.
on.
no,
No,
wait.
no, that's
And
a tough stat. Go ahead, John.
no, and like you said, Dylan Harper, he's a scorer first, not really an assist passer. Like he's been making some good assist passes, but Yegor beats him in that. I think Yegor is around 20 something right now in assists. So if you're looking for a passer with vision, like I'll give you this. I think Yegor is like a Ben Simmons on offense, but way more refined than Simmons was when he came into the league.
Okay.
So if you want a pass first vision guy like Yegor, who one of you
Mm-hmm.
guys said he's a European star, he's already built
Can
a
he
type of
score at all too?
legacy for himself. That would be a great addition. But Harper, he's a takeover guy. You know what I think of
Mm-hmm.
with Harper and Ace? Young
Yeah.
KD, young Harden. Put one of those guys
Mm.
with Cam Thomas. It's like we're resetting the big three era, but with way younger talent. Like
Mm.
imagine this: Thomas is your Kyrie, Ace is your KD, and Harper is your James Harden. Yo, I always said we
We
should get
not getting
both of
both
them.
of
We
them,
should
bro.
do whatever
Stop
it
it.
takes to get both of
Oh, we
them.
definitely not
We
getting both
not
of them.
getting
Imagine
both of them.
Yeah, hold on.
revitalize the big
All
three
right.
with the younger
So,
stars. That'd be
all right.
crazy.
So,
If
so
anything,
greasy.
I see Yegor, bro, like fitting with a lot of the pieces that we're gonna have. If anything, because he doesn't mind having games where he got like 11 plus assists or whatever, and he's not scoring as much, bro,
Nah,
because
we
he
need a
got guys to
scorer too.
score.
We need
Go
a
ahead.
But
scorer.
no, but that
Pass
I
it,
think, but
Lee.
that,
Pass
but
it
I,
to so
but
greasy,
here's the,
Lee.
but here's the thing, y'all.
Now let Leaf
Everybody
rock
in
real
here
quick.
agree that Dylan is a
All
takeover
right. Go
guy.
ahead, Lee. Go.
That's gonna to me. That's gonna clash with Cam Thomas because that's a
Nah,
takeover
yo,
guy
you
too.
need
I
you
don't
gotta
think so.
remember right. And I'm always gonna go back to Boston with this. Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum can be they take over games like
No, they
back and
don't.
forth. Yes, they do, bro. Like
No,
it's
they
a reason.
don't.
No,
It's a
no, no,
reason.
no, leave. Just let him get it off. Go
Bro,
ahead, so good.
it's a reason. You could. It's games where they both could go 25 for 25, or one of them could have 30 something, and the other one could have 20 plus, bro. They do that
Mhm,
a lot.
mhm,
Damn near every night, bro.
mhm, mhm.
So
Yes.
imagine you got a point guard that's 6'7", which
Mm,
that can guard other point guards in the league that big, bro,
right.
and he can also distribute the ball. It ain't like Dylan Harper is a greedy player. He lets players eat. You
Mm,
Right.
feel me? Like he's
yeah.
gonna go out there, he's gonna play the game the right way, but he's also that player that like, oh, you can't guard me, bro. I'm taking over this game. I'd rather have that player than the
Mhm.
motherfucker that's just gonna pass it and just have 10 points at the end of the night. That's
No,
cool.
you know what? Wait. You know what's interesting?
Hold
Wait,
on.
can I say this one thing,
Uh,
Breezy, about
go
Yegor?
ahead, yeah.
He's actually only 3 percentage points behind Harper on field goal percentage. So it's
Mm.
not necessarily
And
that
that's
big of a
overseas,
difference
right?
on scoring
Oh, all
wise.
right. So
Just
hold
keep
on,
it
hold on.
humble.
Let me say
Also,
this to So Greasy.
he's a scorer, so he can
Yeah,
score. That's
Yegor can score just like Harper can. But if you're talking
I
about
didn't know
finesse
that. I didn't know that.
playmaking, I'll give Yegor the advantage because he has way more assist numbers than Harper does. But
Yeah,
Right.
that's one of the
All
Jago,
only
right.
big
So
differences.
barely
I
shoot.
so hold on. I want to
I
do
gotta
something real
watch
quick.
dude play, yo. I gotta watch
Yeah.
dude play, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Greasy. I know you've seen Kid play though. So just talk to me about what what, and I'll tell you why I'm saying all of this. But let me tell you first. What was it about Kid that helped the Nets win? And do y'all see the same thing in some of these players that y'all talking about? Maybe a Dylan Harper
I
or
only see.
Diego.
I only
I
see
don't
it
know.
in.
I don't know.
I only
Hey,
see it in
yo,
Jago.
I don't see. Nah, bro. I don't see a Jason Kidd right now, bro. Like that's to me. That's like top
If we
level.
talking about
That's point.
high level
Hey, yo, you know how
playmaking,
when
bro,
you
I
say
see it in
point
Jago,
guard,
bro.
Hold on,
you
one mic, yeah.
you know how you say point guard. That's like point God. Like he's up there.
No doubt. Yeah, yeah,
Like
nah, that's
he's
true.
up
All right,
there.
so let's get to it though. What was his stats like? His stats was he was first off,
Nah,
Kid was
it
a
was
pass first.
basically he was
He was a
nah.
pass first player, right? And he
Yeah.
put pressure on the rim. He got downhill,
Not even
right?
that. He stuffed the stat sheet. You feel me? It wasn't always about scoring with Jason Kidd. He knew
It
how
was
to.
across the board.
You get what I'm saying?
hmm
He knew how to make plays. Whereas though,
What about the transition? Kid in the transition was phenomenal.
That's
yeah,
all we had
yeah,
was
facts,
transition
facts,
because our
facts.
half court set was ass.
No, no, but still, no. Okay, no. Right. But no,
They the whole
the
team
Kid,
admitted that. They
right?
said
But
we
what
just ran.
But what one of those players that we talking about can do the transition? And like you said, that's point guy. Bless you, whoever sneezed. But you know what I'm saying? With Kid in the transition, who reminds you of Kid in the transition? Dylan Harper, Yegor. You know what I'm
Jago.
saying?
Probably
So,
I never seen Jaeger, and but the way he explaining it with all those
Nah, Jago
assists,
not as fast.
not
Jago
as
don't need to
fast.
be as fast. I think Jago's
Jason Kidd
passing
is like
ability
on
speaks
roller
for
skates.
itself. Like,
Jason,
listen, it's basically kind of like having. It's kind of like having, bro, like just
Hopefully,
somebody that had like his vision alone, bro. Like I think could help us,
hey yo,
could help
Leaf,
the
do
team
you
that we
think
got already.
you think he the type of player that'll flourish in New York? You get what I'm saying? Like that's one thing you got to think about too.
yes.
Yeah, he'll be all right here because the thing about it, we already got a fan base, bro.
I'm not talking
Like
about the
that's
fan,
a
but
fact.
what happens when the fan base
Subscribe
goes?
to the page.
What happens when the fan base go against you? Like far as you can have people that's down.
I think he'll be all right with the fan base going against him, bro.
You get what
Because
I'm
we got to
saying? Like
realize
you can have
we
people like us. You feel me? That's like real or like gonna think about like open minded shit. But you got people that go on the media and bash players. You get what
Well, the thing is, our media is not up, bro. Like when we have a young team, bro, our media ain't gonna be what the Tangerines media is, bro. Like so that's for them to worry about. When we got a young team, ain't nobody really got no real expectations, bro. Like that's why Cam Thomas ain't getting bashed like that because there is no real expectations like that, bro. Like he could drop 40 and we could lose, bro. Like ain't nobody gonna write nothing negative in the paper about him. So the reality is that like we had a clean slate with a young team, bro. Like think about the team that we had, bro, in the early '90s when we when we just got Derek Coleman
Kenny Anderson.
and Kenny Anderson and Draza Petrovic. It wasn't no real expectations. Them niggas just shocked
Listen,
everybody.
I'm a fan. I'm a
Nah,
fan
nah.
that don't lie, bro. I was born in '94. Don't ask me about no '90s shit, bro.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
my
So no,
bad.
no, no. All right. So hold on, hold on. All right. So no. Hold on. So
My
greasy.
bad.
So
My
greasy.
I'm
bad.
2000s
Listen.
up. You heard, but I know
Yeah.
those players.
All
Yeah.
right, so greasy. All right,
But
hold on. Hold on, Leaf. Let me bring context to that. When DC, Derek Coleman and Kenny Anderson, they got drafted back to back seasons, kind of like what y'all saying about Tatum and Brown, right? Back to back seasons. We got DC first, and then we got Kenny Anderson. Is that accurate? Is that true? Did it
Yes.
happen that way?
yeah, that is accurate. Yeah,
Okay.
we got
All right. Right.
DC and
So
then
right. So again, the success to the team was two draft picks, DC, Kenny Anderson, and Petrovic, a trade.
right.
So I'm saying that to say this is what the rebuild looked like before they broke it up, and it only happened because of the demise of
Draza
Drazen
Petrovic.
Petrovic. Y'all see, I got that's my favorite picture of Jordy Fernandez. That's what the thumbnail is. The thumbnail is Drazen Petrovic on a T-shirt for on that Jordy Fernandez is that has on. And I love that thumbnail. That's like my favorite thumbnail. So case in point is two draft picks in a back to back years in a trade in Drazen Petrovic. So what if we did that now? So let's just say we already had Cam Thomas, so we're not talking about Cam Thomas. Let's say Dylan Harper, I don't know, AJ DeBancha, I'm just putting that out there. And let's say we use that cap money and try to get a champion. I mean, get a player that we could compete for a championship with. How that sound? You feel
That'd
what
be
I'm saying?
wild.
Like,
That sound wild. That sound wild as hell
Yeah.
because we got DC and Kenny A and Drazen Petrovic, and at best, at their peak, they were second round. We got Jason Kidd and paired them up with Kenya Martin, and that was final back to
it's
back
hard to say
finals.
they reached their peak. I can't give you that. It's hard to say they reached their peak, bro. They ain't played together long enough to say they had a peak. It
All
was
right,
like
they ain't
just
played
the
long enough
beginning
to
for
say
them.
they had a peak. All right, fine. But listen, we got Jay Kidd and paired them up with Richard Jefferson and Kenya Martin, and we ran out of the East 2 years in a row, and then just so happened to run up against Shaq, Kobe, and
I but
Duncan,
no,
bro.
but how long did we have that team before we actually got there? You see what I'm saying?
The second that we got Jason Kidd, bro, we came out of the East. The second that we
But
got him, the year that we
that's
got him,
just
we came out of the East.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That was a bad example. I didn't mean to say that one. I meant to say something.
All right, so it ain't no other example to use, bro. We either real high or real low, bro. It's like you either smoking Reggie, bro, or you smoking a haze, bro. Like which one you want?
Oh
Never
man.
smoking Reggie. We don't do
All
that.
right then. Oh, okay then.
Yo, that's a fact. Never smoking Reggie.
Yo,
But hold on. I don't want to be long winded. Big Priest did come back on the panel, and So Greasy wasn't finished. But So Greasy, throw it to Big Priest, and then we gotta get back to Ice and John for sure. Everybody is cooking on the panel. I hope the chat is hitting the like button again. Shout to Ice and subscribe to his podcast. That's the tip off of Brooklyn Nets podcast. Subscribe to Leaf 4788. He do the play by plays. Shout to Big Priest, shout to PT, shout to everything Brooklyn Nets John, shout to So Greasy. We out here. You doing a play by play tomorrow, Leaf? All right, we're gonna get back to Leaf. But all right, hold on, we just gonna go to he's So Greasy. All right, So Greasy. Um So what do you want the next 2 years to look like with the draft picks? You see what we did with Kenny A and Derek Coleman. Do you want more of the same of that, or you don't? How do you view it? What do you think we should do, or the Brooklyn Nets should do? What do you think?
I think they should get a good draft pick this year, a lottery pick, and believe it or not, go spend some money on somebody else that you think that'll get you over the hump, and make sure you lock Cam down and sign everybody. Though whoever you got right now, if you could trade Cam Thomas and somehow keep one of your vets to help lead a young core,
That's what I'll do. I go on the
Bro,
draft.
what's over the hump? That's what I want to know, bro. Like, what's over the
No,
hump for the Nets?
no chill. Cause look, Leaf. If you look at it, look, I'm only looking at it like this. If you can pair a good All Star next to Cam Thomas, and you go get, to me, I think they should really go get a point guard because we just gave away our point guard. So you
They
go get a
got
point guard
one.
and go, huh? You said what?
They got one.
Who?
They got they let Jackie off the two-way go. They got a point guard in the Dennis trade.
Bro.
Reese Beekman.
Bro,
Cuckoo!
bro.
Yeah, but nah. Ignore that bullshit that Ice just said, bro. Like, we ain't got no goddamn point guard, bro. Like, nah, go ahead,
No, we
Hey
got
yo,
Beekman. It's the Beekman era
like
and
I
the
was
shake and
saying,
bake era.
I said
bro.
if
Yo,
if
yeah. So greasy. Go ahead, say
if
what you
you could
saying, bro.
lead this draft, right? I ain't gonna lie. Well, Harper, I'm talking about a point guard right now. Cause if they looking forward to keep Cam, you gotta get you a good point guard right now. And I know the point guard, the rookie's not gonna get you over the hump. So if you could get somebody in free agency that can help out a little more, like in the way Jordy is coaching, you don't need to be waiting 5 years for a rebuild, bro. It's like that's a 1 to 2 year build right there. Like so,
Facts. Facts. How you feel about that, Ice? He said 1 2 year bill. You agree with him?
1 2 years. It's gonna take. I mean, to get the pieces, probably, but it still takes longer than that to get a team together. You know what I mean? Team don't just get together in 2 years. You gotta find out, still figure out what works and what doesn't. Who's the best to stay? Who's the
Ice.
best to go? You know what I
Ice.
mean?
How
Let
you
me
long
let
is
already
me
it
got
gonna
a
hold,
be
young
OKC?
team. You
Ice?
hold
already
on.
got a
In the
hey
Eastern
yo,
Conference, it shouldn't take that long,
Hold on,
bro.
hold on, no. Hold on. Let
How
me
long
back up.
until Houston?
Hold on. Let me back Ice up real quick, bro. Bro, the Tatum and Brown, they took mad long, and they added like a few free agents, big free agents before they won it. Murray and Jokic, they took about 7 8 seasons. Even Curry, Dre, and Clay took a bunch of seasons. The quickest turnaround was
5.
LeBron and what he did, and with Miami, and that wasn't even the first year; that was the second year. You feel what I'm saying?
And Wade won a
I'm talking
championship
about the
without him.
turnaround. The turnaround. I'm saying I'm talking about
You
far.
talking about a turnaround to
I'm
winning
just
a
talking about
championship,
far
or the
as making the
turnaround to being
playoffs.
competitive?
I'm just talking about far as being able to make the playoffs and having like some type of gratitude about the team. You know,
Okay,
like
all right. Let's do
yeah.
this, bro. A turnaround to making the playoffs. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Orlando Magic was in the playoffs last year, but if I'm not mistaken, that was Paolo Banchero's second year in the league, was it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Thunder was the first seed in the West last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, third year on the team, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Like,
Yeah. So I'm
and
like,
neither one of those teams, or both those teams, had to do it 100% in the draft. The
okay.
Nets don't have to. The Nets not in Orlando. The Nets not in OKC. The Nets don't have to worry
You
about
make you
free
you you
agents.
make it you making my point. You making my point, PT. Why the hell is this a two? Is this a 2 3 year window to get back in the playoffs? I understand a 2 3 year, 5 or 6 year window to win a championship, but why is this a 2 3 year window to get back in the postseason? Can somebody tell me why?
You got a lot of young players, and it might not. You know what I mean?
Bro, we are in the East.
It might still take a little bit.
We in the
Two,
goddamn
two
East. Are you
years,
kidding me?
2 years, 3 years. That's not a long time,
We
bro.
was top, bro. We was top 8, bro. With this team, with the team that we had just
I don't
a
think
couple
y'all
of
are
weeks
arguing.
ago.
Lee, take it
Tuh.
easy. I don't think y'all arguing. I don't think y'all saying anything different.
Right? We're
It's
not.
just how y'all are hearing it. Cause you're gonna need the next 2 years plus to acquire the pieces. Then you're gonna go into playoffs and challenge and realize, okay, this dude ain't real, this dude ain't real, and then you're gonna go out and try to acquire the pieces to fill those in. A lot of things are. There's a lot of moving parts to this, but the Nets are closer than you think. If you follow the OKC model, the Houston model,
No,
the
no.
Orlando model, you can get there pretty fast. And when you talk about the Celtics went to Eastern Conference Finals the very first year they got um Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
You know what I'm saying?
Actually, and you know what? I do you one better. They was in the conference finals before they got Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum had a roadmap when he came in the NBA. The Boston Celtics was a top 5 team before he came in the league.
They were
So
supposed to win back then, right? But
exactly.
the point I'm
when
trying to make
LeBron
to you
had
is,
Rodney Hood as the second best player.
the point I'm trying to make to you is this: it's really gonna take the Nets having some luck. If you could get 2 top players in the next 2 drafts, and also draft well enough that 4 or 3 of the 6, you got 6 picks next year. If you could get 3 of the picks to hit, then all you got to do is the easy part, the part that we always talking about around here. Like, oh, are we going to get this player? Are we going to get that player, this player, that player? All the rumors is going to be about us. Especially, it's going to be annoying. I'm telling you, watch. The Nets are fine. It'll take them 2 to 3 years. For sure. If OKC could do it, Orlando, they could do it. Easy. They just got to draft right.
You know what's so wild? I remember Breezy told this a while back. He said if we get Ace or Harper, we should do whatever it takes to try to get the other one on this team. Because I just had an epiphany, man. Ace is young KD, Harper's young Harden, and Thomas is young Kyrie. Imagine
We got to stop trying to rebuild that damn mold, bro.
No,
That's the shit
listen.
that got
It
us
makes
jammed
so
up in
much
the
sense.
first place.
Listen, let's say this.
Stop.
Let's say
No,
this.
it don't.
Wait, hear me
No,
out. Wait,
it
let's
does
say.
not.
Wait, leave. Let's say the
Stop.
Pelicans crash out, right? And they get Ace or Harper. We get the Harper Ace after them. Let's say we give them our 26th pick. We give them AJ DeBonis or Cam Booz on a silver platter. We give them Claxton, whatever picks we have to give them to get both Ace and Harper on this team with Thomas. There's your rebuild right there, man. You have 3 young stars, man. We could do OKC 2.0, but better.
No.
Come on, Leaf. 3 young stars on this team to develop it. Just have to put solid vets around them. You sure, Leaf? You sure? I don't know,
I'm
man.
positive.
I got chills just
positive,
thinking
bro.
about that.
No, I'm positive,
y'all.
bro. What you have?
Hold on. One mic. Let John say whatever he gonna say. Let him get his soliloquy off, and then let beat. Then all right. So
No,
He already
let
said
Leaf
it, bro,
rebut.
and it's bullshit. You don't.
it might be, but you know
said it
what?
was
The Nets could
bullshit.
pull something crazy off that nobody would be expecting. So I was
No,
The
just putting it
Nets
out there,
can't
man.
pull
remember
nothing
when I said
crazy
it
off
too.
because the Nets
But
ain't
now,
capable of pulling nothing crazy off. Look at who we got in the front office. We got to do this shit by the book. That's what we got to do. Do this shit by the book because you got to buy the book front office. That's what you have. You get your goddamn player this year, and then you go and then you play it by the book.
Leaf, you
That's
can't
what
call
you
them a
do.
by the book organization when they definitely had already before midnight had already talked to KD. That's tampering. So that shows they're willing to tamper, and they've tampered with other players too.
Get
Like, this
both
is
the
not a
rocket
by the book.
stars right
They
now, man. That would be sick.
But
Mark
hold
tried to
on,
make it look
but
like he is, but no
the
NBA team
temper
is.
the tampering is irrelevant. KD chose to go here. At
That's
the end of
not
the
by the
day,
book, though. You just said they were by the book. They're not a by the book team. If in the
but
first
they
5
didn't
years
do
they
anything,
they
bro.
tampering on players,
KD made up his mind, bro. When Kyrie made up his mind, he thought Kyrie
still
was his
it's
friend.
still tampering. They weren't supposed to talk to them until midnight of July 1st.
You absolutely right.
And
I understand that. But
and they
if
were
you're telling
signed at
me
12:01.
but if you're
Like
telling
KD
me
showed
if you
his signature at
It was a
12:01.
okay,
miracle.
fine. If you PT, if you're telling me that is the highest of the highs that the Nets have ever pulled off a Houdini act in the history of this league, bro. In the history of this league, bro, with the front office that we got intact, bro, I'm not impressed. I
Different.
need more results.
So Leaf, if you were GM, you wouldn't do everything in your power with all the assets we have to get both Ace and Harper if it was possible. You wouldn't sell 2026 AJ DeBonis to a team that has one of those guys to get
Hell
both of
no,
them on his
because
team. You wouldn't?
I'm not selling AJ DeBonsa, no. Because AJ
Okay,
DeBonsa is
okay.
already NBA ready.
Hey, listen,
The
Breezy's got me thinking about that, man, because
leave,
that
He
just said
got you
chills,
think he
man.
got you
the
thinking about
chances.
that shit, bro, because it looked cute. It looked like young
I
KD, young Harden, young Kyrie. It
I
looked
mean,
fucking
it
cute.
does. That's the
everyone was
crazy
saying
part.
that,
It
and
does.
everybody said in the
It
chat that
looked
I was
cute until
crashing
you get
out.
on the court with the
But it's
shit.
not possible without the Bucks or the Knicks losing. It's not worth arguing about.
Exactly.
If it's not worth arguing about this in depth if the Bucks or the Knicks don't fall apart. Right now, they're not falling apart. They're nowhere near that. So even I stopped thinking about putting them all together. But if in
Exactly.
the second half of the season, there's a lot of season left,
Mm-hmm.
one of them gets an injury, one of them some internal strife, whatever it may be. Both of those teams are one player away from decrepitude.
Everybody keeps saying that, bro. Like Carl Anthony Towns basically is saving them niggas, man. Day after day, game after game, bro. Like we all know we all know they second round exits and they
Right.
pieces grade A
Yeah, they're
pieces of
not gonna
shit.
do nothing.
Right.
But
But
bro,
at
but
the
And
same
listen,
time, the picks that we got for them niggas is gonna have to pay off soon. I'm
Hold
still
on.
waiting. My clock is still waiting, bro. Like my watch is fucked up, and I needed to
Yeah,
work.
we
yeah,
go. I
but you're
got the
talking
same
about
24
frustration.
hours.
You're not thinking about how you're building the team. You can't
Right,
let frustration keep it. You can't let your emotions
right.
supersede your intelligence. We're gonna get a top pick in this draft, and we're gonna get a
Mm-hmm.
top pick in the next draft. If we
That's
get those two picks right,
it's tough.
the rebuild is over. I
Yeah,
mean, not over, but
hold on.
we
Shout, I
don't have
want
a
to say,
team no more. We could
oh,
actually trade.
I want to say, shout to PT and Leaf. They cooking for sure. I just want to move around the panel. We got Gary on the panel. Dope podcast, nothing but nets. Y'all gotta check it out. It's really a dope podcast. I was on it earlier. I want him to get to this question. Not question to what Star Traffic said in the comments. He says Derek Queen and Jonathan Fiends would be two other players Nets should desire to draft. I wanted to ask Gary, do you know these players? Do you know who you're talking about?
I know Derek Queen, and I would love to get Derek Queen. Look, I think we're gonna pick too early to get him, and we're gonna pick too late to get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we pick in the top 5, there are 5 other guys I'd rather have before Queen. And by the time we get to Milwaukee's pick or the Knicks pick, I feel he's gonna be long gone. What we could try to do, because I
Okay.
want Derek Queen too. I
Mm,
want Derek
okay.
Queen. If we could
Where you
try to
got him getting
package
drafted? Where you got him getting drafted at?
probably around 10, 12, somewhere in there.
Okay.
So if he's available at 12, can we package the Knicks pick and the Bucks pick to move down to 12? Can we do something like that? Because I want Derek Queen. He's an athletic center, pass the ball. Like he's a really, really good offensive player. Like he's a little bit like Sengun, like a little bit like Joker. I'm not trying to say he's.
I need
You
I need
understand?
I need me a defensive rebounder at the 5. I don't give a shit about that offense, man. Like
We got Dayron Sharp. We got Dayron Sharp. Hold on, it's
We
not.
got
Hold on,
J-Ron.
Leaf. Hold on, Leaf. Let Gary finish. I care about what Gary's saying. He cooking right now. Go ahead. Because again, Derek Queen, they saying, and I said this to say that we keep talking about these draft players, and I watched the interview with Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey, and they asked these players, who your GOAT? Who your favorite player? In the NBA right now. Cade Cunningham was Dylan Harper's favorite player, right? And Ace Bailey's favorite player is Ace Bailey's favorite player was KD. Now I'm saying that to say that they contrast uh play style Derek Queen to Jokic. And I'm saying that to say, of course, there's going to be players that's want to play like Jokic because he's successful at what he's doing. So they're going to try to mimic his game just like they try to mimic other players, just like I mentioned prior. So I like the conversation. You feel what I'm saying?
Derek Queen did have a 20 rebound game earlier in the season, so he can be that
That's
guy on the board. Yeah,
Star Traffic said Queen is a good rebounder
there
to
you
check.
go.
The chat said he
He's
is a
got a
good
good
No,
rebounder.
ratio. Yeah.
if somebody said Queen is a bad rebounder, they're not watching. That Queen is a good rebounder. Like I'm
Mm.
the one that started on Twitter calling him Black Jokic.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He's
That was fun.
he's not exactly there.
I said
Like
that
it's
was fun.
hard to compare to anybody to a 3-time MVP, but he has all those skills and he plays like that. He's not fast. He's a chubby kid. He lost a lot of weight this year. He's trying to get into that lottery for sure. And he was the MVP of the McDonald's game. Him and Dylan Harper were co-MVPs. He's older.
That's what's up.
The other thing y'all gotta realize, 1 or 2 years is a big difference. That's why they don't draft sophomores and juniors and seniors anymore in the early parts, because they want the young player with the most upside. So he's almost a year and a half older than Ace, like a year older than He's 19. Put it that way. So some people don't love him because of the fact that he's a little older. But when
A
it comes
little
to
old.
skill
19
set,
ain't crazy, bro. We got Jalen Wilson. He's 21. Like, come on.
yeah. Well, Jalen Wilson stayed in college for 4 years. That's why he was a second round pick.
Yeah,
He
but
was
that's what I'm
player of the
saying.
year.
19 ain't crazy, bro. I'm still. I like what I like. I'm picking up what y'all putting down, man. Y'all
I'm
talking about
I'm
Derek
telling you how it.
Queen.
I'm telling you how they look at it, like how NBA teams look at it. They're always gonna pick that younger player with upside. Part of Cooper Flag's appeal is that he's only no, he's actually he might have turned 18 very recently. He's born in December, I know that. So Cooper Flag is very very young. That gives you a lot of upside. Derek Queen is one of those kids that their parents held them back to try to have them have a senior season, and he's 19, so he's a little like I'm not in the real world relevance of 19. He's a baby, of course, but in the NBA, that 1 year is 1 year of development, 1 year of adding on skills, size, and strength, and he's taking he that's one of the knocks on him is just that he's a little older.
That point guard he
Breezy
named. You
Wilson's
talking about?
24. Breezy, not
The
19.
Oklahoma
24.
point guard, Jonathan
Who's
Fears.
who's
I
24?
know he's a point guard in
Wilson.
Oklahoma. I don't really know much about him.
Yeah, Jeremiah might end up in the lottery. He
Yeah,
just might.
Oh, so
yeah.
hold on. What else? Star Traffic. He said Jonathan Fizz. Who's that?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah
Point guard in
Fears.
You know what I'm
Oklahoma.
talking about?
Jeremiah Fizz. All right.
Yeah,
He just wrote his name wrong.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah
Jeremiah Fitz.
Fears. Yeah.
All right. All
Jeremiah
right.
Fears
Yep.
is nasty,
I'm trying
nasty,
to tell you.
nasty. He's
I'm
so
trying to tell you.
The
that
only point
Up
guard.
another Tyrese Martin project. Here we go.
Yo,
he's not like that. He's a lottery pick.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jeremiah is not to be played with on the court, bro. He is not. He is legit like that.
The only point guard that I'm having a
yeah.
conversation about really is Dylan Harper.
You
All
tripping?
these other
You
guys,
tripping?
y'all can.
You tripping?
You
You're
you
definitely tripping. He might be. He's the first point guard to go, but there's point guards right behind him, bro.
No,
They
I
they
know
Right.
that.
Boogie
actually
I know.
Yeah.
Fland,
the
Kincaid.
comparison that they have on Twitter right now is Jeremiah Fears and Harper.
yeah yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jeremiah's actually
Which one
having
of
a
those
better
point
year.
guards is closest to Schroeder?
Shooter.
Like,
Nobody.
let's just say Schroeder was the template, and that's where Jordy want to go. Like, yo, I need a point guard
Nah,
just
there's
like
not.
Dennis Schroeder.
I'll probably say
Nah,
Jeremiah out of them two.
nah.
Okay.
Breezy, you comparing like that dude is 6 feet. He's undersized. Like when he was in Germany as a prospect, people thought he had a lot of speed. He came into the NBA, his speed never came up to where it was. He's very crafty, and he has that Euro ball style, like you see, like in the they won the Euro League championship. I mean the international the FIBA game or
Yeah.
whatever it's called. And he's a crafty veteran, but these dudes, like if you watch Jeremiah Fears, it's like like
Nice,
What is
nice.
his
it's not the same, man.
what is Fear's defensive profile?
Okay.
He's good. He's not
Good.
he's not gonna be like a Drew
Of course.
Holiday or anything like that,
Yeah.
but he's one of the
That's a
top
good
point
name.
guards
That's a good
in
name.
college right now.
Because I feel like Dylan Harper has Drew Holiday defensive upside. That's a good name that you mentioned. Because I feel like Dylan Harper has Drew Holiday defensive upside.
I don't see the clamps like that, and it might. And
I
I
said
was
upside.
complaining
That
about
means
his
he's not
clamps.
there yet.
I was
He not.
complaining. I was complaining about what's his name's defense because he doesn't play a lot of defense. If you notice, they don't really blow anybody out. They don't really. They just they gutted out a win the other day with the last second shot from Dylan, but at the same time, it's like you're like look at the rankings of the teams, right? And you're gonna see that like Fears on his squad, that team is a better overall team, so the defense looks better.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Dylan do, and I've watched every single game this season, every single game, and I was during the games I'm tweeting about it. But
Okay.
regardless, the point that I'm making is I haven't I'm saying that Jeremiah Fears, from the eye test, his defense looks better, but I think it's because of the team. The rest of
Yeah,
these,
the roster is better defensively.
right?
You
So,
said
but
in Oklahoma, right? Yeah, Oklahoma is a better defensive unit. Um, I think Rutgers is not great defensively
Nope.
because of the players on the team.
yeah, so
So
that's why I'm saying that I'm even though I've seen Jeremiah Fears play better defense to this year, and shout out to Iceman because I was saying Jace Patterson over Fears. No way, Fears is over. Like he made me watch more of those. Put Oklahoma on my DVR, and he made me watch those games. So Iceman, shout out to you. You call that 100%. Fears is better than Jace Patterson. Jason Richardson. I mean Jace
Jake
Richardson.
Richardson.
Jason Richardson's son. Like that was my guy at first, but Fears is better. Fears is right there with all them other guys.
Nah, that's
that's
for sure.
why I don't.
Nah,
That's
go ahead,
why
Jeffrey.
I don't know if he right there.
What's wrong with the police?
I think he's a good player, but I don't know if he's right there with Dylan and all them guys.
Yeah, look at
Um,
the stats though. Stats is the worst place to look at it. When I say
yeah.
he's right there, I'm just talking about the production. He's not gonna get drafted. He's not a 6'6"
Oh,
point
okay. Yeah,
guard.
yeah, yeah.
A 6'6" point guard, a 6'9" point guard, younger, gonna get drafted before him. But I what I'm saying is if you look at it production wise, statistics wise, and even like team success wise, Fears got it over them.
And but the one thing about Dylan too that we're not looking at, and you can talk about Ace and you can talk about this and that. All record success so far this year has been on the back of Dylan because Ace was hurt coming into the year. He hasn't been, I'll just say aggressive. He hasn't been aggressive every game. So he hasn't. So it's like some games he falls in the background. I look at all that. I want a player that's gonna go get it every game. That's dependable every game. And I think Ace may end up in the long term being better than Dylan, but it's a lot of growing to do there.
I'm telling you, I think Harper fits more of a young Harden than a young Brunson because young Harden, he could rebound too. And Harper's a pretty good rebounder. Like he's also physicality in the
Honestly,
interior.
that has
Like
to
there's
happen.
so much different skill sets having Harper on this team. Like him and Thomas in the backcourt, it's a very balanced backcourt. Thomas can play his role. Harper can facilitate. At the same time, how can you guard either one of those guys if they can both, score in the mid range? And I think Harper's worked on his three a bit so far. So I want to see more improvement there. And it's just Harper's just playing at a high level, like Priest says. Like he wants to win this
Rebounding is
year.
what I want him to improve. Like I don't think
Mhm.
5 rebounds is enough. I don't think 5 rebounds. Like in college, you're supposed to be able, especially when you built
But
like
those
that.
numbers, it's less time in the game.
He's out
So
rebounding Igor right now, and that guy's 6'8". I got to give
Yeah,
Harper credit. You're out rebounding a guy who's a lot bigger than you, so there's some credit
Yo,
there for Harper.
I ain't
Jago
gonna
doesn't
lie.
trap in the
I,
paint.
I seen a highlight with Dylan Harper. One of his one of his highlights was a rebound.
Mm.
Like, yo, I've never seen somebody, let alone a point guard, have a highlight as a rebound, and it showed him jumping over to like the center. Like,
Yeah.
dude got hops,
but he
bro.
don't got no
Not to
money.
mention, I think he's the only prospect to hit a buzzer beater so far this season. So he's already setting even extra bars. Like that buzzer beater the other night was
Nice.
wild. That was
Plenty,
ice
plenty
cold,
of
man.
prospects have hit buzzer beaters. Trey Johnson's hit buzzer beaters. Yegor hit a buzzer beater
Liam
early in the
Liam
season.
One Harper hit
McNeely
though, man. That's one that just sticks out to you, man. Just because of it was like 3 seconds, 4 seconds on the clock, man. Like that was phenomenal.
Yeah. Shout out to yo again. I'm becoming more and more fan of a college basketball. Thanks to you guys, I knew I am what you would consider a novice at college basketball. But from what I can hear, if we was to get I don't know Yango and Derek Queen in the draft, and we missed out on the top three, we wouldn't be in bad shape. I'm
We
not
would
saying
get
I want
bigger
that.
as
I'm
a
not. I don't
team.
want y'all to think I'm pushing that agenda. I'm not. But I wouldn't. I don't think I would be mad if that happened.
Well, Breezy, you get a 6'10" guy and a 6'8" guy, your team gets bigger. I mean, Thomas would have so much space to operate on the court. You start those guys with Thomas, you have another big next to him. How can you guard Thomas when you have so many big bodies on the court? Thomas could
By
have
the
like
way,
easy
real
30,
quick,
40 points a night.
And
Can I
real
ask
quick.
but
y'all?
the
Can I
Let
ask
me
y'all,
say this real
Pod? Let me ask you a
Can I
question,
say this
Pod.
real quick?
go ahead,
Real
bro.
quick.
Big Priest, then go to Gary. Gary, answer a
Yeah,
Big Priest question, and then ask your question after that.
it ain't no question. I'm just gonna put this out there. Dylan is averaging, so he's not just getting shitted on. He's averaging 24, 5 and 5 basically, with a steal in that block, shooting 52 from the field, 76 from the free throw line, and 36 from the three. So he's efficient. He's he's doing what the team needs him to do to win games.
They, I think I would say that what's the name is a little bit better off ball. The reason why I believe he fits better with Cam Thomas is because Cam Thomas plays better with the ball in his hands, and Ace plays off ball perfectly. Like he doesn't waste shots. He doesn't dribble around. He's 1-2 dribble, 1-2-3 dribble.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but we want Cam to play the two. We don't want him to be on
Yeah,
ball all the time.
the two.
So
Right,
having
that's
the guy,
important.
You could get
Right.
you. I'm saying for him to play the two, like, but the mix, the what's his name needs the ball. That's two players that's gonna want to have the ball in their hands.
but Dylan wants the
Ace gets
ball
busy
because
off
he's a leader and he's a point guard and he leads the team that way. He
the
don't
next
want the
leader
ball to
is
always look to score.
the the Nets leader is Yordi. That's the Nets leader. You need the
Oh,
best
I'm talking
talent.
about a leader on the floor, a point guard, a floor general. I know, I believe, and I mean, it is what it is. I think that Dylan has that skill set. So
I would go for the upside. Like you got what's the name is 18 rebounds, eight rebounds, 18 points a game, uh uh plus 40% from three. You know, I haven't looked at it in a while, but Dylan was his 3-point shooting isn't great, but he is averaging
he's shooting better from
70%.
the three and the field and the free throw line than Ace Bailey.
That's tough. That's tough. Let's go to Gary. Gary, you want to hear your
Real quick,
question?
just
Yeah,
so
I
we can
wanted
get
to
the
ask
numbers out
Potter.
there. It's 47% from the field for Ace, 35% from three, and 60% from the free throw line.
Mm.
So, but
Wow.
go
It's
ahead,
for
Gary.
context. For context.
Yeah, for
Um,
context.
fact. Shout out to Big Priest. Gary, are we? What's up,
Yeah,
Gary?
I wanted to ask Potter a question. Like, hypothetically, if Queen and Kmon Malik were both on the board, who would you draft?
I would draft Common.
Okay.
Not and he's nowhere near the player that Queen is right now. Common is much younger, much more raw. But I'm looking at the landscape of the league and who you got to defend in this league, and I just think that you need a 7'2" center.
Interesting.
If Queen
I would
doesn't
go.
if Queen doesn't measure 6'10", if he measures like 6'9", 6'8", he's gonna go late. He's not gonna go very very early. It depends on what he measures at the combine. But I would rather the Nets want to play fast. The Nets want to, like, based off of what I've seen of Yordi, they need a big physical center, and that's Common, not Derek.
That's very interesting, Pod. I think the worry with Maliak is that there's so much unknown there too. Is you don't want him to turn into like a Bobo Mobamba type guy that just didn't pan out. And I think Maliak would do pretty well for himself with the team he goes to. But with Queen, the way he's playing, this guy has so many different skill sets. He's actually a
Is Dylan
facilitator
talking
too.
about
He
Queen
goes to
from
the
Maryland?
he goes to the rim. Like he
Yeah.
does so many different things on the court, and we need a center like that. We need a center that's good on offense and rebounding. And if we had the
Hold on.
shot to get
John,
Queen, I would do that.
John, does Queen play
He
with his
finna
back to
sit
the
up there
basket?
while John try to take pop
He,
shots at
he
him
he
in
goes
class.
to the basket, Breezy. Like this guy goes to the line. I don't see a guy like this that could at 6'10" that could go to the line so many different ways. And he's got a little jump shot too, a little bit he's working on. Like this guy has a lot of skill sets that I think would make us better. I think with Maliwak, can the offense get as better as his defensive chops? And that's going to take some time. I think Queen's a little ahead of Maliwak right now. So if we had to choose our other draft picks and pair them to move down in the draft, I would get Queen right now. I think he's a better complement to our
Mm,
future because I think Jordy wants versatility right now. He doesn't want
right.
a guy
Why
that's just
would
good
you
at
want
one thing
another?
anymore.
I
So
don't
real
see him
quick, why
using
would you
centers
want
like that.
another 6'10" player? We already got that with
I mean,
Clowney
Priest,
and
have you seen what Queen's done lately? I mean, you can't lie that those numbers are impressive. I mean, the offense and rebounding, like that's pretty awesome. I would try to get that guy right now. I think you could develop that a lot more than I think with Mallywalk on this team right now. Because you know how Sean is with the bigs, right? Rebound, lob, shot block. I think with Queen, he does way more than that, and I want a guy that could do way more than that.
it's
I think
not.
that's so important for
It's
us right now.
not. But we're not gonna have a back to the basket offense. We're not running no center out of the post. We're just not doing that.
Yeah, but don't
So
you think we got to switch it up though a bit, Priest? I mean, if I stick it to the same schemes, it's kind of what's been our
I think
deathbed
that
right now,
I think that's
hasn't
what
it?
Jordy is doing is working without the
Well, I mean, Claxton isn't working. I know
talent.
you don't want us to talk about Claxton, but what has he done this season that's different from what he's done the last 5 years?
I
I
think
can tell you right now that Queen
I
is
think
doing way more than Claxton is right now. And I think Queen is on the trajectory Claxton was when he was in college. Because Claxton did used to score a
If he
lot, right?
doesn't measure 6'10", he's going below 15.
I think I
I
agree
If
with
he measures
Right.
six
I
eight,
think
six
what
nine, like a
Jordy
lot of
is
people are
trying to
worried
get
of,
done offensively is working for us. And if you give him the pieces, you'll see a big jump in our offensive efficiency from all players involved. So yeah, if you want to take a center in the draft, I don't think you would take a 6'10" center. I don't think that would be
I don't think we're getting Mallywalk, though. I think
he,
he's drafted around 7, 8, or 9. So we have a way better shot at
his
getting Queen than we would
his draft
Mallywalk.
stock his draft stock has fallen because he's no longer starting for Duke. It's
right,
the upperclassman is starting,
right.
so that's hurting him a
yeah,
little
that's the
bit.
kid I was looking at, and I brought him up before. The guy that signed there with Cooper Flag, the African guy.
No, that you talk.
Yeah,
That's
Molly
Common.
Watch.
Common's
Yeah,
not
Molly Watch.
starting right now. It's to Tobias. I forget the other
Something like
kid's name.
that.
He's an upperclassman. He's just better. He's just a better defense. He's just more. He's a grown up. Like Common is still like a little baby out there at 7'2". So they didn't bench him. I hate to call it a bench. It was ill that he started the season starting these games. But Common has been benched lately, and that's why a lot of the mocks lately have Derek Queen going over him. But when they measure everybody and they measure once they measure his wingspan and height, I think that's gonna hurt Derek because I don't think he's 6'10". I think he's 6'8", 6'9".
But
And
that's
if he
also why Queen would be more gettable for us. I just don't think that Common's going to fall like down to 15 or
yeah,
20.
nah,
I
he's not
think,
going past 15. Common's gonna go
yeah, but I think Queen could be around there. And like Gary said, if you pair your other picks to move up, the Bucks and the Knicks, maybe there's a shot to get Queen. And maybe we have to add maybe a Derek Whitehead or another prospect to entice a team to want to let us go up. So that's going to count too.
John,
I'm
John,
not
what you?
moving up, bro. I'm not
If
I,
moving
you
up.
want to
if
move
Hold on.
like Whitehead,
Oh,
you better
wait.
make sure the player you're getting is good because he's really been cooking the last few games in the G League. Like
I
he
know,
looks
Hold
but
on.
if
better.
you had to trade Whitehead to move up to get
I
direct
get it.
Queen, what
Yeah,
would you? Yeah, that's what you're gonna
I
have to
get
do.
it.
I
Yeah.
think the problem with Whitehead is we're gonna draft so many potential stars on this team and solid role players that I feel like Whitehead's facing an uphill battle. So if you have to use him to get you a Derek Queen, that's just the way the cards have fallen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like
I
you
don't
have to
think
don't
do
that.
I
things
don't
like that.
Listen. I would consider that a successful draft. You drafted Derek Whitehead, Noah Clowney. You one out of two of those players in the first round are good. That's a successful draft. You sometimes it works that way.
they
Um,
they better
hold on,
do
hold on.
better this year. They better hit on. They gotta hit on 2 this year for sure.
Right, 2 for 2.
Definitely got to hit at least two.
I'm betting on the Nets, man. How about that? I'm betting on the Nets. Shout out to Jamal. He said, to be honest, I believe Dylan will help Clax out a lot. John, how you feel about that?
I don't know. I think with the lobs, I agree with you. I just think right now
Dylan
it's
don't agree with
it's
anything
beneficial for
Papa
us, I think, to get rid of Claxton, re-sign Dayron, and get a Derek Queen or maybe a Common if he falls down in the draft. I think resetting our center position is very important right now. I just think Claxton, you know what you're going to get from him, and I think there's some teams that value what he gives you defensively because we already know. I don't think Claxton's ever going to give us anything close to what he can do offensively. So why wait till his value gets even worse? But his value's not horrible right now. Like there's a team right now that could probably use him, and I would try to see if there's a way to move off of Claxton at the trade deadline. I think that's a
Who John?
surprise
Who,
trade.
who you think? Who has a center that's not as good as Claxton? Who could use him?
I got three teams. I keep saying Lakers, Memphis, and the Pelicans. I know the Pelicans want to break everything up, but there's an opportunity now there to maybe drop Claxton on their lap and take back something from a third team or something like that. But I would say the Lakers just keep sticking out because you look at their center depth. They got Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes. Those guys ain't going to play main minutes, and Davis doesn't even want to play center. I think if you put Claxton with Davis, that's a combo that doesn't guarantee you a title, but it gives you a fighter's chance on the defensive end. And if the Lakers are desperate, if they can't
Only
get a
the
Robert
Lakers.
Williams, Valanciunas, or Vucic, Claxton's the next best thing. And all they have to give us maybe a draft pick, some
Robert
expiring salary
Williams
for
does
Claxton.
less than Claxton offensively, and he's always hurt. So
Who's
Yeah,
that? Who's
Williams.
better than Claxton offensively?
Robert Williams.
Time
Oh yeah,
Lord.
Robert Williams is a better player than Claxton.
At
Yeah,
what?
but
He just
he's
can't
more
stay healthy.
injury prone than Claxton. That's another thing.
Better at what than Claxton?
Hold on. I just want to, I want to say this to Kurt the Flirt. Pause. He said, call Milwaukee, ask what they would be interested in trading, beat Brooke Lopez and offer DFS and a high second.
What? Why we
Nah,
want
I'm not doing
Lopez in
that.
a second? What?
Yo,
Nah, Brooke Lopez don't want to come back to the Brooklyn Nets for one. For
hell,
two, that would be sending the wrong message. But he's not going to retire here. We don't want Brooke Lopez to retire here. He won't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say Brooke Lopez, yes, he's a good player. It's just not a good trade for the Brooklyn Nets. I think we could do way better with DFS. I was talking about this with Gary earlier on his podcast, Nothing But Nets. Subscribe to that podcast. Long story short, I think DFS is the next player traded. Where he goes, I think he goes to a contender, but I think we can get something better than this. We could get a late first. I think we could get a late first round pick for DFS. That's just how I feel about it. But yeah, shout out to Kurt the Flirt, man.
What's
Ray,
crazy?
what's
You know
up?
what's crazy? We all hear all this Clax hate, but we don't never hear the front office mentioning Clax trade conversations.
Wait, what
not
do you mean,
anymore.
Priest? Wait, Priest. You don't. So the
Not
two
We're
anymore.
previous
not
trade
hating on
deadlines when
Clax.
Clax's name was
We're not
dangled, that was
hating
just
on Clax.
minutia. That didn't happen.
What?
Priest, Claxton has been in trade deadline rumors for like the last 2 out of 3 years. When we had KD, remember they were trying
Talking
to
about
save.
this year. I'm talking about this year. While they talking about cleaning house over here, you don't hear about Nick Claxton in any of those rumors.
Sean
You've
Mark said
heard
everybody's
names about,
available,
hold
Priest.
on,
So
but you've heard names about other players. You haven't heard his name. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say, Priest. And listen, if we keep Claxton, I understand that they want to see if he can actually develop and you have to trade Dayron, but I feel it's come down to a choice. I don't think you're keeping both Dayron and Claxton past the deadline. One
I
will
think you
probably have
can
to
keep
go.
and build your wing depth with younger talent and build your backcourt depth with younger talent. I think you can keep both. I think I've never came on here and said I was concerned about our front court. And Breezy can attest to that. Never said anything about our front court. I said we need a better
Yeah,
wing
that's true.
depth, a better guard depth, and you can get all
That's
that
true.
in this draft.
But so you think our center position is good right now? That is good longevity wise. I feel like Claxton will be traded at a certain point, if not now, eventually, because he's not an untouchable on
Based
this
on what
team.
Jordy wants to do, yes, I feel like our center and power forward position is set.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I
don't
feel like you
think.
can get. I think you might could get another four to come and back up Clowney. But for the most part, I feel like that's it. But if you're trading DFS, if you're trading Cam Johnson, if you're trading all these players, you're going to need to get young players to replace them.
What I would say about that, Priest, is you're kind of right. But the way I look at it, just the way I look at it this season, if Dayron go down and you only got Claxton and you try to slide Clowney over to the four, you know what I mean? You need this team needs size regardless. So if you get another four, the four has to be capable of playing the center position, and Clowney could stay at the four if you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
need you need
I
bigger bodies.
mean, if you don't, if somebody get hurt, yeah, that's true. But if you're trading all your wings, we're in the same position there too. If you trade everybody, you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, they got plenty of wings in the draft. Plenty.
That's what I'm saying. There's plenty of wings and guards. So if you get Dylan and you get you a wing, or if you get, and I ain't against drafting Ace, I don't want it to sound like I am, but if you get Ace and then you get Igor, or well, Igor won't be there, or if you get a Hugo Gonzalez or something like that, then yeah. But
That's somebody whose stock has kind of gone a little bit in the backside. Like before the season started, they were saying he's one of the best European prospects. So he's
It's
somebody that
because
nobody's
when
really talking
Yegor,
about right now.
it's because when Yegor and him were on Real Madrid,
Hmm.
Hugo was the star, not Yegor.
Oh, now the
Hugo
tides have turned.
right,
Mm.
and now Yegor is not playing in a professional league. He's playing in college. He starts. He gets a lot of minutes. He gets to show what he
Hmm.
can do. Hugo is playing with the top the premier Real Madrid team
that should
where
raise
there's a
his
lot of
to me.
professionals,
But
and it's made his stocks fall.
that should raise his stock to me. If you're playing against better comp, that should raise your stock. I don't know how that drops your stock.
He doesn't
Right.
play. He
Playing
doesn't.
well. He
He
ain't
doesn't.
been
He's
playing
only
well.
playing it. He's not playing well. He doesn't play a lot of minutes. It's very hard for an 18-year-old. Um, they people thought he was gonna start and play like Rubio did. It hasn't been the same. He's had a rough time, but he still has talent. He still is a guy that you get at the bottom of the draft if he's available.
See, that's the benefit of Brooklyn right now. For these guys that are falling, that's where we come in because we have the movable picks to move up in the draft to get one of these guys. So if these people want
But
to let
his
these guys
stock
fall,
continues to
we'll pick them
fall.
up.
You don't even have to move up to get him. You can get
Fact.
your starting point guard and your backup point guard in the same draft.
All right, so hold on. I wanna say this real quick because I said this for Schroeder, but I should have said it for DFS. As y'all already know, the coach of the Chicago Bulls used to coach DFS. Excuse me, in college. What if we could get that Portland 1 through 14 pick? We got the Chicago Bulls got a 1 through 14 pick. You think we could get that for DFS, or they ain't jacking? That's
Nah,
too much of a
Portland?
tall
they're
ask.
they're a
Portland
rebuilding
a
team.
bottom team.
How
Yeah.
could we sweeten that deal for DFS and what for us to get that 1 through 14 Portland
You
pick?
gotta look for a good team, a decent team for
Yeah.
DFS. You can't
Bulls
send them
ain't
to a bad
Bulls
team.
ain't decent, Breeze. They're trying to get rid of Zach Levine's contract and they're kind of stuck with it. Nobody
No,
wants
the
it. Like they
Bulls
were
are
willing to attach
actually
that pick to
hold on.
Levine. I bet your
The
team
Bulls
would want to
actually
take
are
that.
a good team.
No, they
Bulls
aren't.
actually have been playing a lot better,
Nah,
actually.
they were playing pretty crap. I mean, they've had some moments, but they want to get rid of Zach Levine and Josh Giddey. I don't even know if they want to give that kid a contract. He has not played good. He's been pretty bad.
So y'all ain't jacking that. Y'all don't think that'll happen. Y'all think he going somewhere else? All right.
Yeah,
So Iceman, where you think DFS going, Iceman?
I don't know where he going, but he gonna go to somebody a decent team. You know what I'm saying? He gonna go to a decent team. The team gotta be decent. You know what I mean? You send
it's
Dennis to a decent team. DFS going to a decent team, bro. He not going to no bottom teams. All the bottom teams want to get rid of their good players.
he's probably going to a Western Conference team. You got to look at Dallas, Lakers, maybe OKC. Like there are definitely a lot of those top contenders
I
that
think
would want to go
OKC
right
would be
now.
the place for him.
Yeah, I agree. I think you
You
get
probably
maybe a
can
late first for him,
you probably
maybe.
get a first from them.
Yeah, or the
First for
Kings.
DFS?
Kings are another team to look out for. They're a team that's what 12th right now. They're fighting to keep De'Aaron Fox. They might be the most desperate team to willing to give us a first for either Johnson or Doe. That's a team I'm looking at potentially. Like
What about
if they keep
Jamal?
Denver,
What about what Jamal say? He said I could see him going to the Nuggets. I could kind of see what he's talking
Denver
about.
is
for what
Denver is
though?
good
For what
too.
though? They got nothing to give us the
I
draft
don't,
asset
yeah, that's what I'm
wise.
saying. I don't know what we could
Yeah,
get, but I know he would fit there.
Denver got their picks.
not a lot though, but we'll see. I mean,
Deron
if
Holmes, Deron Holmes. They could send Deron Holmes over here for
the guy with
DFS.
the torn Achilles thing,
Hell yeah.
yeah, and Zeke Naj.
Nah, that's how you got to be opportunistic. Like
Duh.
players
Have you
like that
seen
is
Deron Holmes? Yo,
nah.
there's a reason why they gave up 4 draft picks in the draft to get him back, bro. I think the Suns drafted him and they gave up 4 picks to get him back.
Right, you're right about that. Yeah.
he's all right.
Yeah, I ain't know that. He
Just can't
damn,
make
Well,
no.
ain't he injured? He got
you know,
injured
you
playing
guys,
this season, or they drafted him injured.
He got injured in preseason or something
yeah.
like
Oh,
No,
that's good.
you know what? The Nuggets are team much of too is they're a desperate team too. Their bench depth is pretty horrible. So if they're willing to give up a first for
DFS would
dough,
help
you already got a
them
deal there
immediately.
potentially. So you can't rule them out either. I think the Kings
DFS
and the
would help them
Nuggets.
immediately.
I would say Kings and Nuggets are probably
What
the
did
two
you
most
say?
desperate teams that need dough right now.
Yo, what did I'm sorry, I was following along. What did you say? I didn't hear what you
I
said.
said DFS will help Denver immediately. It'll help with their
Yes,
bench depth immediately.
Right?
absolutely.
He'd
They're
be the new
just stingy
KCP
and
almost.
they don't
He
like to
would help
pay
them
players.
more than he would help the Thunder.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Like the way the Thunder has defenders, the Thunder needs shooters. I think Denver is missing players like KCP and guys they let walk away, like quiet as
Bruce
kept.
Brown and guys like
Bruce
that. Yeah.
Brown, yeah, like losing
Jeff
Bruce
Green,
Brown.
defenders. They lost defenders. That's their
Yeah,
biggest
I
weakness. They
think they'd
lost a lot of
want
defense.
DFS. They just don't have as much to give.
Right.
You know, eh,
that. Deron Holmes, I'll take him.
They
I would
also
take
they
him.
also got Zeke Naj and Dario Saric. You put those two contracts, maybe with a first for dough, maybe that could work too. Like I'm open to it. I would say the Kings and the Nuggets probably the two most desperate Western Conference teams that could be willing to offer the Nets maybe a first for dough. The other teams might just try to lowball budget us, but those are two teams that need a Johnson or dough right now. So
You can
those
get a
teams look
first
out
round
for it.
pick for Dorian Finney-Smith. It's a win.
Yeah, I agree. It is a win. It's a big win.
yeah, that would be good. The the trade that I look at and I think makes the most sense, even though there's the money has to work.
Hmm.
The Nets have a $23 million trade exception. Take that trade exception with and take and send them Cam Johnson and try to get one of those picks. Like they've got 3 picks in this draft. They've got their pick and then
Which team? Which team?
OKC.
Oh,
Ooh, let's go. Okay.
So OKC, I can't remember exactly which one. I know they have the Clippers pick, and I
They got
think
the
they have Philly's pick too.
yes, they do. They got them. Mhm.
So if we could get one of those and a player, I think that's where Cam Johnson should go.
That
I
that'll
don't
be
know if
huge.
there's a better offer than that.
No,
That's a
that would be
gamble if you're talking about Philly's pick. That's a huge gamble.
What's
but
I
it's a
don't
what's
game.
think
what's the
I
gamble?
don't
Oh, that they might go top 6?
depending on I mean Jared McCain is out indefinitely. Like if they
Oh,
keep going the way that they
yeah, they're
going,
tanking. They're tanking.
yeah, like I can honestly see that being top 10 if
I
it's
don't
that
because
bad.
they've been since they got them 3 guys back. They've been playing way better basketball and beating good teams. So I don't see Philly just giving it up. Not unless they trying to move off some of it. They spent too much money to just
Yeah, they don't have.
throw a season away.
They shouldn't get any
They
lottery
also don't have
picks.
their.
Yeah.
I think somebody else gets the pick if it's top 6.
Yeah, I don't see them just
Yeah.
throwing the season away. I don't.
They're only a game behind us, so if they leapfrog us, I don't have to worry about them at that point. As long as they leapfrog us, let them worry about everybody
What you
else.
don't want is for them to be the bottom 3.
Right.
If they're in the bottom 3, then you can kiss that pick goodbye. Or OKC's not getting it.
Right.
I can't
You
remember. Somebody tell me if OKC has it from 1 to 5 protected. No, the
I'll
Bucks
look it
pick
up.
is 1 to 4
you know what's
protected.
also potential
I think
worry,
the Philly
Pod?
pick is 1 to 6 protected. If I
You know
remember
what's potential worry? The Rockets, they're second right now. Clippers around 4th or 5th. If the Rockets finish with a better record than the Clippers, OKC automatically gets a lottery pick. So maybe their Clippers pick is what we should try to play
Okay,
for.
yeah.
Like,
So
when we can't get that pick.
the
Yeah.
Philly pick is protected 1 through 6.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
What about the Clippers
Yeah.
pick? Does that have protections on it? Or is it unprotected?
OKC has the right to swap its 2025 first round pick for Houston's pick or the Clippers 2025 first round pick.
Is that an
Yeah, so
unprotected pick or a protected pick? The
it's
Yeah,
Clippers pick.
protected. It's protected.
Mm. I would try to get that Clippers pick, man. The Clippers are not going to catch up to the Rockets. Kawhi Leonard ain't coming back till
But the thing about
months.
it is OKC also has Utah's pick, but it's 1 through 10. So I
Mm.
mean,
Not for 2025.
yeah, for 2025.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that explains everything. We should have known that they were going to be a super tanking team from the beginning because they have to be the worst team. Anything
Right.
outside of top 3 in losses, they're exposed to maybe losing that pick completely. God damn, Utah could go bad if they win games.
Yo, can we give OKC some credit for all the picks they collected? They literally have multiple teams' futures in their hands. We should trade
Right.
Johnson right now for some of those picks.
The crazy thing is, you talking about now with this elite draft, and then the draft coming up with Boozer and AJ DeBonster. They got that 2026 Clippers pick next year, and they got their own pick next year as well. So, but if any means, if the Clippers' downfall is next year and that shit looking bad, they could potentially have a top 5, 3, 10 pick next year as well as their own. That shit is crazy.
We got to try to get that Clippers pick. OKC should be the team that Mark should be talking to right now. We could work out a great deal to give him Johnson and get some good assets. That should be our number one team right there. Every other team is not going to give us the draft assets that the OKC has. And they're close to winning a title. They got 15 picks, and they're number one right now. Like, they're playing with a spoil of riches right now.
By the time this trade deadline is done, we probably are going to have the most draft capital in the entire league. If things go how they're supposed to. My thing is, you probably if this goes right, we can be OKC on steroids.
Facts.
Like it all depends on the selection and it depends on who you get. But this is what I've been saying. Like, if we make the correct choices, we could be moving very fast, and we could probably be competitive. I think by 2027, or 2028.
It'd be
depending
interesting
on how things go.
To entice the OKC to business with us. Maybe we should offer one of our first, attach it to Johnson, so we get one of their first round picks, a swap pick for a swap pick. Maybe that could be a gamble we have to take in order to get full value for Johnson at that point. Because getting one of those picks, the Clippers or 76ers pick, would set us up very well right now. Like, we might have to go a little bit over the line too to get.
Were y'all surprised at Schroeder just being worth 3-second rounders? Or
no, the league knows who he is. You should have expected this at this point.
I told y'all before. He's a 6 foot, 31-year-old point guard. There's no future in him. He was never gonna get a first round pick.
Yeah, I agree. That was never. I never saw that. And Cam Johnson, that's a different story.
Sean Martin said today, like, I was never going to re-sign this guy. I care about a successful long-term future, so you got to get off him now. And the Warriors are thinking of even trading Dennis Schroeder for something else right now.
We were saying this in October, and I remember me and Scott specifically saying this. They trade in December. All the trades that go down, you see it in December, January, February. That is where trades happen. Yeah, we was up here saying, Sean gotta get off these vets quick. Look what he did.
I told
you. It takes time. You're not gonna see trades in November, or it doesn't work like that.
No.
All right. So on that note, what do you think about DFS? We spoke on this earlier, right, Gary? What do you think about DFS? And I'll ask, well, not necessarily DFS. What do you think is going to happen as far as trades? Since I called it earlier in the season, what do we? We'll go to LM first, and then we'll go to Scott. But go ahead, LM. What do you think is going to happen next for the next?
I would assume if they're smart, they'll try to get Cam Johnson to DFS next.
What you mean, like a package, or?
Could be a package. I think it could be a three-way trade, where we get another team involved. But I I think if anything, I'm looking at Cam Johnson getting off immediately. Um, he's gonna at this point, his stock is probably the highest. I would say probably higher than DFS at this moment. Um, get him to a team that really is gonna need him. I said I see Cam Johnson and OKC working perfectly because they need better shooting. Uh, he will fit. I think he fits there. But
Mm,
the most important part is you need to get these two guys off and let that be the game plan. You already did it with Schroeder, so you got one knocked off. But it seems that Sean he is embracing the tank, and it looks like I mean, judging by him seeing all these Rutgers games, he's definitely targeting Dylan or Ace.
about time.
He's trying to make sure that this team needs to be where it needs to be by March.
Facts.
Um, so I mean, I would say Cam and DFS is probably off. If you can get like a late first rounder or something for Cam Johnson, I'm cool with that. Necessarily, I think they're targeting because we got so many picks in this goddamn draft. They probably will be targeting 2026 or 2027 picks just to make sure that you have some sort of backup just in case, we got our own pick, but who's to say how we look next year?
Mm.
Um, so you would probably want to get, some more picks in that 2026 draft, which I think Sean is going to look for. But yeah, I think that's the game plan right now. Just get the vets off. We got D'Anthony Melton, even though he's injured for the whole season. But try to get some. I heard we was trying. I don't know if it was true, but I heard Cam Johnson or and Kaminga rumors. I don't know if that's really true or
No,
not.
that
But
wasn't that
Nah,
wasn't true. A report came out that that wasn't even brought up by anybody. It was just about Dennis Schroeder. So the Kaminga Johnson stuff, it was talked about maybe like a second, but it wasn't serious or anything like that.
okay,
What what'll
okay,
happen is they'll know that the GMs are talking, and then the reporters will try to like figure out
Yeah,
like
Stretch it
what's
out.
going on. You know what I'm saying? And
ah,
so they'll
yeah,
say,
yeah,
Start
yeah.
stretching
but
like
they're
spandex.
never giving. They're not. They're playing hardball with Kaminga. They basically got him on the same Cam Thomas schedule in the sense of we're gonna let the market decide what your value is, and
Yeah, but they
Right.
they probably we got to go to PT. We got to go to Scott, but they feel more pressure with him because he's top 10. He a lottery pick, and based on them, they and again, I'm not saying this because that dude Bob Myers ain't there. I think that was his name. Um, bro, they missed on Wiseman and they missed on Kaminga from the way it looked, and both of them a lottery pick. So I'm
they
just
missed on
saying,
more
you
than
know what I
that.
mean?
They
So
missed on
I'm
more than
just
that.
saying,
They had a lot of
yeah,
misses.
exactly. But hold on, PT. Let's not be long winded. Let's go to Scott. Scott, talk to us. It's
Hey, what's
you
up?
know
What's up?
what up, Scott?
No,
Peace.
Scott, I forgot to
peace.
ask Gary to shout out his podcast, but Scott, shout your podcast up. We're gonna go back to Gary after this.
Yeah, you can reach me at Apartment Gamer and More on YouTube and Apartment Gamer One on X.
And all the content creators, just throw the link in the chat. Sometimes I forget.
Okay.
It's all goody. But let me ask you, Scott, what do you think happens next for the next?
They gonna be wheeling and dealing, man. They playing. They gonna try to. They gonna get rid of the vets, but I mean,
let's go.
but the thing is, they gonna try to get as much as they can for the rest of them. I think getting rid of Shooter kind of helps them stop winning.
Strategy, man.
That's
They
exactly
needed to
what
stop winning. They needed to stop winning now.
they
Now's
cut
the
down on
time. But I said December, and that's when they decided to move. I said
Okay.
December. So they
All
made that move because they had to. I don't think
Right.
they like Schroeder. They do, but he don't fit the timeline. So that's
right.
pretty much it.
After that game he put up against Golden State, yeah, they probably was like, yo, let's get him over here.
I wouldn't be surprised if Golden State don't keep him. that the Nets will try to pick him up.
Yeah, I heard.
In
I seen
free
that somewhere
agency.
too.
He's a
Yeah,
free
Yeah,
agent next year. They could just
yeah.
sign.
Don't
yeah.
be
That would be
surprised.
that
Don't be
would be some
surprised.
a
Yo,
Dennis
nah,
Schroeder
seriously.
chess
2.0.
move.
Don't be surprised because really what it is they're trying to, like other people say, tank. They rebuilding and trying to gain assets,
The
but
problem
you
with
know
him
that.
is he's a tanking buster.
Yeah,
Like
that's why they needed
Right.
to get
That's
him
his
off.
nickname. He's a tank and
But they
buster.
did him justice. They did him justice by sending him there
oh,
because
absolutely. San Fran, they competed for a title, playing each
right.
other.
Yeah,
Win for him.
If
that's true.
things work out, if they don't, Golden State might try to wheel and deal him, or he might just walk
I
because
think
they in the luxury tax, so they're gonna be strapped for cash. They're gonna dump something.
I think they might move him. Listen, at the end of the day, the Warriors want a star player, and until Jimmy Butler gets sent somewhere else, the Warriors have all the assets to make a pitch for Jimmy Butler. It's a complicated deal, but getting Schroeder makes it slightly less
I
complicated
don't
because he's
know if
not
Jimmy
injured
Butler would
right now.
fit them though.
I agree. I don't think he would, but the Suns also
Golden
want him
State.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Golden State.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
You know,
That's too much personalities clashing.
yeah,
Uh,
he definitely got a personality.
yeah,
So,
I
but
don't
yeah,
know. Him and Draymond in that locker room. I don't know.
The Nets are doing the right thing. Yeah, they're going to get Cam Johnson. They're going to try to get as much as they can for him. Trust me.
I think you're going to get more than you think for both these guys. There's just not a lot of players out there, and like besides Jimmy Butler, who's 100 years old and on an
That's it.
expiring deal, Cam
Yeah,
Johnson's the best player out there. And I'm not
sure
saying he's a great
enough.
player,
Yeah,
Right. I
but that's
totally
besides the
agree
point
with
of
you.
himself.
You know,
yeah,
And
just top of the top. Go ahead,
and
Gary. Keep going. Keep going.
for DFS, like here's the way I value a player for a playoff team. Last 4 minutes of a playoff game, is this guy on the court for us? Dorian Finney-Smith for most teams, and almost all teams, maybe not the Celtics and a couple other teams. Dorian Finney-Smith is on the court for you.
Yes, he
So
is.
Yeah,
they're going to be willing to give up a first-round pick. Now, you might have to give them a second, and they'll give you back a first. Right? A lot of times for really, really deep playoff teams, they don't want the first-round pick because it's a guaranteed contract and a guaranteed roster spot, right? So I'd rather
Right.
have the early second than the late
Right.
first. So I'll give
Right.
you the late first if you give me a future second. So I think you're going to get a first for both, a late first and a protected first for Finney Smith. But I think you're going to get a protected first for Finney Smith. And I think you're going to get more than you expect for Cam Johnson because there's just not a whole lot out there. Like he's
That's
kind
true.
of the best player out there.
You know
Yes,
what
he
it
is.
is?
No,
You know what it
I
is? The
agree.
wing market is very small right now as far as who's at the top of the top. There's three names I keep hearing. Kyle Kuzma, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Cam Johnson. Both those guys are better than Kyle Kuzma right now. So we are kind of dictating the trade deadline right now. So I think you're not going to see a lot of movement until Johnson and Doe get dealt. And then you're going to see a whole bunch of chain of
Right,
events just
but that's
happening.
what gives us the advantage. And based on what
Mhm.
PT was saying earlier, Houston is going to definitely need somebody like that. They in the second half of the in the league is shooting like 15, 16, 17, something like that. Um, Cam
Don't
Johnson
Houston?
on their team it propels them to compete with one of the top teams. I'm talking OKC, Dallas, all of them. Just because of E-Man, how good he is the coach and the vets they got over there and the experience. And you got
It's
a
an
double
arms
to go.
race. It's an arms
You-
race. They
and then some,
they all going to
yeah.
play. They're gonna be playing each other. None of them could
Rem-
shoot. All of them could use Cam Johnson.
Yeah, and on that
And
note, Houston the most, but that's what I'm saying. Out of all the teams, I want to know who got the most draft capital. But I really think Houston really want them the most because you can't double if you try to you can't be honest. Like if you try to you got to double Sagon. And if there's a point where you got to double him and Cam Johnson is just roaming that 3-point line, that's like a shark fucking swimming around like Jaws or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know
Like
what?
OKC got the most draft capital out of those teams. So if you will want to try to see contact Sam Presti and be like, yo, you trying to get off these picks? Like
Right.
what you want?
the
Like
only problem is the money. And I don't know
right.
I don't know how the rule works. I know the Nets have a $23 million trade exception. So they could give us the 2 picks
use the trade exception and take take in they're not over the cap either, so they could easily take uh uh Cam Johnson back. The thing is, Presti is so shrewd and cheap. He might look at these picks and be like, yo, these one of these picks is gonna be in the lottery. I'm not trading it. You know what I mean? Like he might
Yeah, yeah.
but at the same time, they need Cam Johnson. They don't shoot well. They don't have anybody who's gonna give them playoff spacing that they're gonna need for SGA. And guess what? If they don't win or have playoff success, nobody's talking about it. But SGA is a free agent in 27. They
You
can't
know it's
they can't do nothing to stop him from leaving then.
you know
And
it's so you know
they're
what's so interesting
gonna
though,
start with
Podthorn? You know what's so interesting? You guys keep bringing up the Rockets and OKC. They are probably the two teams with the most assets to wheel and deal right now to get upgrades. I think about it right now. Johnson to OKC, Doe to Houston. You're definitely going to get some good assets back. And let's remember with the Rockets, I think Doe is a perfect defensive piece for them right now. And they have Steven Adams, Jeff Green expiring contract. You could easily match up the salary right there and maybe get our first swap back or 2027 swap with Doe. Like those are the two teams I think that have the most assets to get Doe Johnson and get us back some good assets. So
but
You
those are two
am
teams
I
definitely
bugging?
monitor.
A question to the whole
you
panel.
think I'm bugging, or you think Houston? eh, I
I
don't
think you're
know.
gonna say
That's
the
too
same thing
greedy. But
I was about to say, LA.
do you think Houston? I don't know. If you, I'll say it, but I don't know if you was going to say. But I was like, I don't want to get too greedy.
What?
But you think they'll give us Cam Whitmore?
For
Yeah.
Doe, no. For Doe, no. Just like they wouldn't give us
Hold on.
Flamingo for Schroeder,
I wanna
no.
address that. I wanna address that. That's important. If First of all, it's important to remember the trade is gonna happen fast. I think the trade happens fast because
Mhm.
I think Melton is being sent somewhere. If Melton is being sent somewhere, and we don't want to
Mm-hmm.
have that money on our cap, then another trade is going to be announced before the end of Monday. If you wait till past Monday, you're not going to be able to trade Melton for another 6 months. So,
Right.
so I think something else is going to happen. And then the other thing is, let's say OKC gets Cam Johnson. You know Houston is gonna look at that as, oh shit, they got Cam Johnson and we gotta face them in the playoffs. It's an arms
Right.
race. They're gonna give that up for DFS. No matter what, Cam Whitmore can't play for them in the playoffs right now. He does nothing for them. They sent him to the G League and to get his minutes. They're too
Yeah.
deep. So
Do you think they will give him up for DFS like that?
No, I don't see that. I would see
DFS,
expiring and maybe a
Nah,
first.
I think that's why they
Yeah,
got so many seconds.
yeah.
I think
yeah.
that's why they took those seconds first. Because even when they got the seconds, I was like, what are they gonna do with all these seconds? They can't even use them. But
Hold on,
Right.
hold on.
I think they
To-
got
to-
the seconds to be used in other trades, and
right,
That's what they
these are
did.
trades.
That's what they did.
right. So hold on. To analyze what he said, they got other draft picks that they put that's getting minutes over Cam Whitmore. So it's not like these other draft picks, and then they got vets and Dylan Brooks, and that's kind of like the same position Cam Whitmore plays. And yeah, they could use DFS or Cam Johnson. I think either way, the Nets have the advantage in negotiations. I'm fitting to close out soon. I got a long day coming up. And I think I'm trying to go to the game tomorrow. I'm trying to go. I'm trying my best to go. So hopefully I get to. But I'm gonna recap the game, of course. Y'all know that. I want to say thank you to everybody that joined the panel tonight. Shout out to PT, everything, Brooklyn Nets, John, LM, Scott, and Eric Leaf, everybody else that was here. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back with more content really, really soon. Safety, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Good night,
Peace
everybody.
out.
Fun show.
Good night.